Hello, everybody, and welcome back to MIRRORMOURN. I am your game master, Esper, and we have 4 familiar faces back once again to continue with this epic tale that we have been weaving. Guys, who are the characters in our story?
Hello everyone, I'm Warsor and I play Walykos, the level 9 half-elf ranger. It's good to be back.
I am Vince, and I am playing Vapor, the wild magic sorcerer.
I am Nick. I am playing Nokki, the level 8 barbarian fighter.
I'm Adam. I'm playing Aygir, the level 8 what it says below my name.
Just a quick announcement before we jump back into the action, because we're in the middle of a dungeon. There are just a few days left on my Kickstarter that is running right now for my upcoming 5th edition book, Monstrous Heroes. There's a link down in the video description. Go check that out. It's slated to be a fantastic, legendary new tome that has a bunch of all new classes that are inspired by monsters. Many of them archetypal monsters from D&D and mythology. Some of them some new creations. They've got subclasses, they've got spells. There's stuff for GMs in there as well. So go check that out. There's a whole bunch you can see on the Kickstarter page, including a free preview PDF that actually has quite a bit of content in there. Also down below there are links to my Discord and to my free monthly newsletter. So have at it all. Well, guys, we are in the midst of a dungeon that has been under your very feet for much of this entire campaign. We've been calling it the Lava Ruin, and you are actually in a subsector under the main part of the Lava Ruin. Looks to be like mine slash refinery slash maybe workshop or forge. It was not completed. You can tell this is an incomplete area, and they didn't even have the name quite selected yet. It was just had a placeholder name of Area X. You have encountered some hostilities down here. There have been fiery and tar fire elemental things that have come out of this lava vein. There were old bipedal construct guardians with spike claws that assailed you, almost roguelike. You defeated the elementals. There's just one of those constructs left, and it slipped off somewhere. You also fought some burrowing clockwork constructs of a variety that you had fought before previously, and you dispatched of them. And as a final hazard or trap, there are these pillars that go all the way up to the ceiling, and when you get too close, they send out a like an omnidirectional sonic boom that deals thunder damage. And someone also discovered that if you strike at it and take a hostility towards it, it will send a focused pulse at you.
It's not an Esper game until some statue or pillar attacks you.
Classic.
Or
door. Some people will die on doors as well.
We also had a telepathic bond active for the next.
You have a telepathic bond active.
Mm-hmm.
Walykos, you conjured an area of spike growth. Is that still active?
Probably fades after 10 minutes, but I mean, it would be active in this moment.
Okay.
After, because it hasn't been that long. We just finished combat.
And you all repositioned yourselves back inside of this arcane lift chamber to take cover from the hostilities outside, though you have dispatched of many of them already.
But we don't know what else might be out there. So
you don't know what else is out there, and you are aware there's that way, and there's the way up here, there's here, and here.
Just doing a sit rep because it's been a month. I don't know how injured people were at the end of that. Walykos is very badly hurt. He needs a rest and healing. What about the rest of the party? How are you all looking?
Aygir would not be
I need
ill
a rest
served
as
by
well.
a rest, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, rest would be good.
So here's our options. We could use the elevator to go back up 2 at a time. Well, 2, then 1 by 1. Or Walykos could spend basically 100 gold worth of component because he has a crystal hemisphere prepared for Esper's variant of the tiny hut spell, and he could ritual cast tiny hut. What do you guys want to do?
I'm good with. I just need a short rest, so I'm cool with anything.
Well,
Yeah, given that we are so close to the elevator, it might not be necessarily.
The question
worth.
comes
the tiny
down
hut
to-
right here.
So,
I
yes.
agree.
So I think the question
It's
comes
just
down
an
to:
option.
do we want to set camp here or go up a level and set camp there?
I think we only need really a short rest. We're not that bad. Like, the tiny hut should really be for a long rest, in my opinion, when we're ready to not move for 8 hours.
It's
Because
also
that's how
possible
long.
we could, in theory, just stay down here and short rest where we are, right?
There's still one of them left, and who knows
Oh.
what else is down
Well.
here that might come.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
It's safer to go up 1 level and then short rest. Yes, we
right.
might get attacked, but we have a clear path back to get out of here. Whereas here, there's no retreat
That's true.
if we get, stuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
so
can
just
by
easily
something
get
we
cut
can
off
level.
here. Yeah,
It's important to recognize that we can't necessarily fight our way. Like, we don't know what's down here. There
Right.
could be something we can't win in a fight when we're wounded. So,
Yes, I would like to get my health back.
I agree. So here's what I suggest. I suggest 2 people go up. Let's do...
Vapor should be last, simply because he's got Dimension Door.
Yeah, let's do me and Aygir. Then I'll stay up top while Aygir comes back down and gets Vapor or... Yeah, I feel like he should get the Barbarian next and then
Yeah,
leave both of us up top because Vapor, like you said, you can Dimension Door
yeah.
in a...
We'll let Vapor be last, and then when we're coming back down, Vapor will come first, simply again because if something happens, he can Dimension Door out.
Yep.
It's sounds like a plan to
I
me.
think that is going to be our
All right.
safest bet.
So you all have made this plan, and it seems a good plan. And you first go up with Aygir and Walykos. Then Aygir goes back down and gets Nokki, then goes back down and gets Vapor. And it goes off without a hitch. Wherever that last rusted construct guardian went off to, he is not revealing himself. Or itself.
Constructs usually can't heal themselves naturally. They have to repair themselves. So if he's badly hurt, he might not want to engage us for some time.
You know, you did
If
hit
he
him
has a way
with
of
some.
repair.
Yeah, you did do some damage to him. He didn't seem badly hurt, but he was not inclined to continue engaging you in a forthright manner.
I can only imagine if I couldn't heal hit points ever, I would not want to fight us 1 versus 4. Yeah. So, all right. Here we go. We're back up. Esper, I think we're just
I
going to
think you
set
might
a
be
little...
carrying that over from 3rd edition. That constructs
What?
can only heal from repairing themselves. They can still in 5e they can still spend their hit dice.
Okay.
Healing spells usually don't work on them though. Most healing spells say
Just-
they does not work on construct and undead.
Just a common sense thing. So, yeah. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll rest up here. Short rest.
You rest amidst the hot and almost stifling atmosphere of the lava dungeon. Luckily, Vapor no longer suffers quite so much from that. And 1 hour passes. You have caught your breath and reinvigorated.
And then I will re-up the ritual of telepathic bond right before we go down. Takes 10 minutes, but it lasts for an hour after that. So, Let me spend hit dice, though, to heal myself. So I've got 9 hit dice. I'm just going to use the roll D&D Beyond's thing to do it. Okay, that's 4 on the roll.
Well, it took all of my hit dice, but I'm almost back at max health. Wait, do I have any more? No, I don't. Rest.
I'm gonna see how many it takes Aygir to heal to where he needs to be.
Vapor doesn't need to spend a single one. That troll's blood.
Also, quick thing. After this short rest, I will be using my Bestial Soul. So I'll take the climbing speed one. So I gain a climbing speed equal to my walking speed, and I can also climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check.
Cool.
Very cool.
You become
I rolled
like
really
a
well, and no one took me 3 hit
human-sized
dice.
gecko.
Yes, exactly. A giant gecko. Yeah.
I imagine while everybody else is resting, Vapor's kind of like standing guard and looking around, maybe trying to by sight for any of the dwarven script that he could find in the area that he's at.
I used 6 hit dice, Esper. It was worth it, though. I was at
I'm sure
28
it was.
out of... Yeah, I was at 28 hit points.
your bodies and your confidence refreshed, as well as your telepathic bond. You all just descend back into Area X for your next delve. All right, the last of you reach the bottom, and it is much the same as you last left it, though no spike growth over here.
Correct. Yeah. Alright, telepathically, I say to the others, we should avoid those pillars. That's just a death trap waiting to happen. And that's probably where the thing would want to fight us. So I suggest that we circle to the place where the burrowers came from and follow that path and see where it leads.
Exactly. We don't want to fight them on their own ground.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Alright,
agree.
so Esper, we're gonna head to the right of the map. Yep, that way.
Whoops.
It's all
Okay.
good. You got us.
And I'm going to put you all in a loose formation just as a general
Yeah.
reminder of who is in what order.
Yep, makes sense. Aygir's pretty tanky, so him in the back solidly, makes sense.
Okay, so Walykos, you peer around and getting farther away from that big vein of magma, there is no more light. Your dark vision allows you to see in through the gloominess for a ways, and beyond is lightless.
So show me what I can see, Esper.
Yep, just manually doing this due to the shape.
Sure.
Looks like rubble, wreckage, and structural damage up ahead. You've seen much similar damage in the layer above.
Okay. Well, I can still see as though it was dim light after that, so I can still see shadowy enough to make out walls and things.
Just
So-
within 60 feet.
Correct. I would like to hug the wall and keep moving forward. I'm willing to make a stealth check. My passive perception is 23,
Okay.
just so that you have it.
Does the whole party stay right next to each other, or does Walykos go ahead?
Vapor
will-
will move up
I
as
will-
well, but as soon as it starts getting dark, Vapor's going to reach down, pick up like a small stone,
Mhm.
and cast light on it.
Mhm.
And then he's going to hand it to Walykos if he wants it, for him to toss it down, because Walykos has got the better aim than he does.
It's true. And I do have a sling. I could actually sling it with a sling. I took a sling just so that I'd have something to magic stone if I need to throw past 60 feet.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So that being said, Walykos will take the stone, seeing that we're not going to be that stealthy, he's going to sling the stone far down as he can. Sling's range, just so you have an idea.
Goes out to 100.
I'm not trying. Yeah, just to give you a range on it, because I'm not trying to hit anything. I'm just throwing it to the maximum,
Sure.
Range. So.
Unfortunately, Vapor can't see in dark. He doesn't have dark vision.
The sling
I
stone
do not have dark vision either.
goes sailing through and creates this wonderful, illumination throughout the ruin, and gives you the indication that there is some sort of larger corridor, or maybe just wrecked tunnel heading northward, and then there's this connecting area to the east.
Move me up to the entrance of the room on the right-hand side tunnel and hug the wall. Right there, perfect. Alright, with my 60 dark vision and with the light from the stone providing dim light past a certain point that turns into bright light for me, what can I see?
It looks to be like some kind of old workshop. It's really in a quite bad state. And you can tell that this was utilized by giants and their dwarven servitors. There are some pieces of furniture, workbenches and chairs and such that are sized for giants, which are huge, and then others that are sized for not huge sized creatures. It looks to have lain here in a pretty disastrous state for some time. Due to your exceedingly high perception, you also can quickly glean details that it has been picked through. Someone has picked through this time and again.
Beak of the White Raven's back in hand. Telepathically, he'll say, first I want to do a perception, an active perception, to make sure no one's hiding in the workroom. I will move to do that if you think I need to move to see a little better, Esper. And then I will telepathically let the others move up to, once I'm confirmed that there's nobody hiding there.
Okay,
So,
yeah, go for it.
Active perception check. Good little roll space. That's only an 18. So I rolled below average, but
Okay.
that's what it is.
You look out and you listen from your hiding spot there behind a big chunk of rubble and wall. Nothing strikes you, and then you move back there, quickly make your way there and look out from that vantage point, and then maybe you probably move again, and you scout is what you do.
Basically, yeah.
And you can see the full extent of this room. It's a pretty good-sized room, and at no point do you notice any lurkers here.
There's not a lot of place to hide, like, assuming I have full line of sight to that empty space.
There's lots of old barrels and pieces of furniture and collapsed chunks of rubble. It's plenty of hiding spots, and it's shadowy in here. Well, actually, it's dark, dim according to your dark vision. So it'd be pretty good to hide in here, in fact. But you just don't happen to come across anyone.
All right, telepathically, I say there's a workshop here. Nothing's attacked me. Doesn't seem like anyone's hiding here. If you want to move up, and then move me to the exit of the workshop, just to a little bit directly to the left, basically.
Yeah,
that where the wall.
Nokki will move for it as well, since Walykos is
Perfect.
got
Yeah,
it.
what I'm imagining is that everyone else is staying pretty close by Walykos. I'm just not going to painstakingly keep dragging the tokens every time I do Walykos.
That's fine. My thought was that they would stay back outside the room while I scouted.
I was specifically staying back outside there because I'm not very good at stealth, but once he says it's good to come up, I would come up.
Sure. Something else that does strike you in a subtle way, Walykos, and this is included in your perception check you made. You're getting a little smell, a waft of something alchemical. Now, this place looks pretty picked over, And you're not, immediately coming across anything that seems valuable to you. A lot of empty containers. But then you do get a waft of some alchemical scent. You know that smell. It's quite faint. But it's just right around in this spot where you are passing along.
Okay.
Does that interest you to go kind of digging through the rubble?
Sure. Yeah.
You dig through, and you end up uncovering something that is, you would imagine, is pretty easy to overlook. In fact, you couldn't see it at all. It was just really by smell that you picked it out. But you come across a set from probably like this old leathern pouch of different alchemical reagents. Roll 2d6, and this is going to randomly determine the value of the reagents.
6. 6.
All right, that's times 100 gold. So 600 GP is what you and maybe Aygir appraise this as being. There are some rare components here in this. We'll say it's like a series of pouches that were completely covered over by a collapse.
Is everyone okay if I just mark that on my sheet until we divvy it up? That just for tracking purposes.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right. It's on my sheet, so
it.
we won't forget it. Yep. All right. Then, I reveal that to Aygir. Will be interested. Vapor will be interested. Nokki probably less so, but money, it's worth value.
Money's always nice.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
much
not a
valuable.
potion brewers like that one, but those seem to be worth a fair bit.
Yeah, these are valuable. I think we should keep moving unless you want to take a more thorough examination of those barrels and things, but I mean, this place has been picked over multiple times. This was a lucky find that we found here. We might just want to hit it on the way out.
The tunnel, and it seems to you that this is, quite constructed for giants to pass through, though it doesn't have a pretty look to it. It seems really like something you'd find in well, maybe we'd use the word industrial, like a mine and processing area. And it continues on, you see, northward, and then it also connects with something to the west there.
I noticed that little thing. Could you move me to the corner of the west and have me peer down? I'm actually going to pick up the stone as well.
Okay, I'm using this light for signify the bright area of the stone at the moment.
Yep. And what can I see? Keep in mind I can close my fist around the stone just to keep it, hidden until I'm ready to throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll probably chuck it into the next room in the center, aiming for where the limit of the...
Yeah, there's some kind of larger room there, it seems.
Chuck it, if I can, to 60 feet. Like, the limit of my dark vision is where I want to aim the stone. Give or take,
You illuminate the area, and yes, quite seems to be a larger chamber.
Telepathically, of course, I say, hey guys, wait here at the entrance while I just take a peek. So I will creep up through the tiny little tunnel there to look around the corners to make sure that there's no one waiting to, sneak attack, ambush, all the things that a rogue would want to do. So I'm looking, using that light should be enough to give me bright light with my dark vision.
Really strikes you as a much larger room here. Even the sound of the clacking of the stone had you could just hear by the natural acoustics of the area. And there's some sort of, you can just make it out in the hazy dim at the very edges of how far you can see. There's some kind of old piping.
Okay. I don't see any creatures. Or should I make an active
You can,
perception?
yeah, you can make another perception check if you'd like.
Yep, I would. 21.
A very perceptive half-elf you are. You hear something. It sounds like your previous ally that had scuttled off. That sound, the sound that their footsteps make, and a bit of maybe a creak of the rusted bits in their armor. They're fairly stealthy, but they're not as stealthy as you are perceptive. And you hear just
Thankfully.
faint sounds north. Sounds like he's up there, not far away.
Telepathically, I informed the party, and then I would like to go into stealth mode myself, and I would suggest that the less stealthy stay back. Let me get to the corner there so I can look around it. Yeah. So I will make a stealth check for you, Esper, if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
That way we can see if he knows I'm coming or not. Only a 16. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's moderate, I guess, but could have been better.
You do see him, in fact, and there he or it waits. The illumination of its eye lenses currently are shut off, but they can turn on and like almost make these beams coming out of the
Yeah.
eyes. And
That's
there
cool.
the thing is, and it has its head cocked and it's waiting as though it's listening.
Ambush.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's probably a little bit of noise that you all have made and the clack of the stone and such.
For
This
sure.
apparatus here directly to your west is some massive grand thing, and you've seen bits of the old fire giant machines and technology a number of times, and you have to wonder what this is, and you're just gleaming edges of it and bits and parts.
Telepathically, I inform the party where he is, and I want them to, be in position and be ready if we, I'm going to rush him, I think. I'm going to try and engage him.
Mm-hmm. You other three, your plan here is to get as close as you can before Walykos does his rush in.
Exactly. I'm just going to be ready to rush. I mean, I have many ways I could attack him, but I don't like the 3/4 cover that he probably has. So a rush seems...
Yeah, the two of you are just looking out a little bit there.
Exactly.
But you see you don't get the idea that it's noticed you. The three of you here, if you're trying to move quietly, go ahead and roll stealth checks.
You guys can do it. I believe in you.
Forget, do you get? I think you. I don't think you get. Oh no, I do get disadvantage on medium armor. Okay.
What armor are you
Medium
wearing?
armor, it depends.
It's scale mail, so yeah.
Yes.
It's just,
That
yeah,
would
it's
be
disadvantage.
The
disadvantage.
clinks of your scale mail betray you.
19
got an
for
11.
Vapor.
Aygir has a 13. That could be better, but it could also be worse.
I got
don't know.
11,
I don't
so
know.
you guys all got higher
Well,
than me.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Walykos and then Vapor take a turn. Go ahead.
Very good. Walykos, can you give me a measurement of how far? I have 35 feet of movement.
35 would be there.
Thank you. Let me just see if I have a way to little hop with a bonus action or something. I do not have Misty Step at this time to like change my thing, but I can still. oh, hey, Esper. Darkness, even if he has dark vision, because there's no light here, I'm considered lightly obscured, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a cloak, which I've never really gotten a chance to use this feature because it just hasn't. When you're in an area that's lightly obscured, you can hide as a bonus action, even if you are being directly observed.
Nice.
I would like to use a bonus action to hide and then move 35 feet. And what that means is if there's no light, I don't think he can break my hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the cloak basically camouflages me, even though he would normally not see me because he's observing me. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You
what we'll do
basically
is we'll just do a contest, your stealth versus his perception.
Yeah. I basically went Predator, yes.
I know you. No. You basically said I'm gonna crouch in Skyrim. Where did he go?
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Give it a roll.
Wind.
You
Max
approach
Max sneak.
Yes.
through the
I
dim illumination according to it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You asked for what? My
Stealth?
14.
14? Okay.
Yep.
It clearly reacts to you, and the lenses
Yep.
flick, and it's looking at you.
Then I will dash to get. I would like to basically kind of get on top of it. So move me straight up to the. Let's go. Here, do this. Move me 4 spaces up and then 1 over. So it should be like another 25 to be on top of it. Because I know it's a rogue. I know it's just going to disengage if it really wants to, but I want to make it have to, try very hard to get away.
Yeah, you're not trying to make things easy for him. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Understood. Vapor, what about you? You crept along pretty quietly, so go ahead and take a turn real quick before we roll up initiative.
Okay.
Telepathically, I let you know go time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me a second. I can move 40 feet. So how far can I get with 40 feet?
You only have 40 feet with a dash.
No, not with a dash.
Oh, okay. I was about to say like.
Yeah, I got
That's
leaping
amazing.
and striding boots that are letting me.
They're the real leaping and striding Esper's version, which give +10.
My version, which is really just the classic version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aygir is the only one who has dark vision of you three, is that right?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. All right, so presently, Vapor, you see this bright illumination
Light.
from the stone and then like a dim illumination of another 20 feet. So you're seeing
Alright,
like...
so
You could
I guess
move,
on-
object interact, take the stone.
You could
with
pick it up,
you
yeah.
as you move.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's gonna probably do that. Grab the stone as he moves.
Okay, so 21 feet gets you there, and you've grabbed the stone, and...
And then continue moving. Yep.
All right, so your 40 will be like that. Okay.
Damn it.
It's alright.
Can
you
I
can dash.
quicken a spell and dash at the same time? I don't think I can.
Oh, well, you could quicken a
you sure
spell,
can.
but then you wouldn't be able to use that
You
spell.
could. No, quickening a spell lets him cast it as
You
a
still
bonus
have your
action.
action and your bonus action.
But doesn't using sorcery points use a bonus action, or is that just
No.
Oh,
You're thinking
it
when you
depends
convert
on.
Okay, yeah,
sorcery
so I
points
could do
to
that.
spell
Okay.
slots.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then I'm going to dash
Dash.
to start going
Another
up.
40 feet.
You want to get
Yeah,
closer?
another 40
Okay.
feet. Get closer.
Okay, so you go underneath this piping here, and you see this apparatus, this grand structure to the right, and there are some other pipings. There's some tiers to it. There's a larger rim. There's this, which is some kind of giant-sized lever.
Huh.
And,
I have theories, but
I think we should pull it.
Walykos.
Alright.
Yes, let's activate giant tech we don't understand.
And
That
then I'm
always
going
works out.
to quicken a Stormbolt at this thing.
Okay.
all right, roll with advantage, and I'll give him 3/4 cover.
Course cover. Yeah. Still
Don't
advantage
think
is
that's
good.
gonna hit because I rolled decently. Roll 16.
Your Stormbolt just dithers upon the protruding masonry there, and the thing is fully engaged now, as you all are. So roll up some new initiatives, everyone.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, did none of the rest of us get to move?
Well, that was kind of like a surprise
That was a
round
surprise round,
because
yep.
you basically you stepped on something and went crunch.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So those of us who were stealthy managed to act in time. Those who weren't,
Hey, I got a natural 20. So that's a 21.
I also have a 21 without a natural 20.
Must
3.
be nice.
It is.
I got a rock.
So did the monster. Whoa. Oh,
Just-
I need a
just-
5? I had a 5.
All right, who got the highest?
I think
21 with
Walykos
a
does.
with a 16 dexterity.
Yeah, that's way higher than mine, so yeah.
21 Walykos and 21 Nokki.
Yeah, so it's
Yep.
Walykos and then Nokki.
Okay.
Yep.
Vapor.
I got a 3.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I beat that anyway. I have
Ha! Okay.
Nice.
Got it. Walykos, you act first.
Okay. Walykos is going to check his things. It's been a minute. I apologize. Just don't want to forget something. It's an action. It's an action. Okay. Alright. We're going to go ahead and attack him with the Beak of the White Raven. So, here we go. First attack. Does an 18 hit?
You swing your ivory-colored staff and you strike.
Okay, I thought for a second that was going to miss. Let's see.
That'd be bad. That'd be really bad.
Yeah. Well, he is going to take an extra d6. 16 magical bludgeoning, and there is piercing damage if it matters, but I just added it all together.
That's fine. You hit him, and that's quite a hearty strike, and the thing shudders.
Second attack. Nat 20.
Oh my.
All right.
Well, here goes
Let's
this.
I'm gonna get another D8. I have nothing else that I can add extra D6s or anything on this one, so not gonna be that bad. Unless I roll maximum damage. Plus 6, 21 damage.
Oh my.
That's as much as our initiative.
You hit him, and like sparks fly off of the rusty plating and bend part of it out of shape.
Yeah.
You seem to have wounded this creature seriously.
I will then use a bonus action just to cast Magic Stone on 3 stones that I have in a pouch, just to have them ready to fling if he starts to run and I need to use ranged attacks.
Very well. You pass your hand over the stones in the pouch in case you would need them. Nokki, you are currently in darkness. But
I
you
mean, I
see,
think I know where Vapor
you see there's
ran,
light.
though,
You see
so-
the light up
yeah.
ahead of where Vapor is at,
Yeah.
and you make your way towards the light.
Yeah.
He,
I mean, I assume
let's
everything's
Up-
kind of happening at the same time, so it's like
Nokki
Yeah.
does have object permanence, so he does remember where the walls were at
Yeah,
least.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna dash and move another 40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you run within striking range of the creature.
And I guess I'll have my this is just one guy. I'm probably not gonna use my rage here, so I'll just have my let me check. Hold on. I'll just have a hand axe out. I think
Sounds good.
hand axes and javelins do the same amount of damage, so yeah.
All right. It had a thing it was going to do, and it was going to be
Well, like,
probably
yeah.
a pretty cool thing. But you know, a lot has happened
It just
between then, like getting hit.
37
and then taking a critical.
damage.
37 damage has
37
happened since then, and that changes things quite a bit. And
His life flashed before his eyes.
the head, flicks to Nokki that's charging up on him, and then it flicks over to this apparatus over here, and it flings one of its spikes actually in against this like metal rim. Come out! It flings another. Come out!
He's yelling, "Come out!"
Yes, he's yelling, "Come out! Come on!" And then it will.
That was 2 attacks
will
that used to do that.
disengage. It will disengage as a bonus action.
Uh-oh. I wonder what's hiding in there, though.
Disengage as a bonus action.
Probably
Yes.
some sort of fire elemental thing, I imagine.
And it will move. I think it has 35 feet. Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
It disengages as bonus and it moves to there.
There.
Trying to get a little bit of cover, but it's not in an ideal situation. We
Yeah.
move on to Aygir, who as well is probably following the light through the darkness.
Well, he has
Forgot
dark
about-
vision.
Oh, duh! You're the one who does have dark
I mean,
vision.
it's still like dim and gray outlines. You can just sort of see general shapes, not too much detail.
Sure.
But yeah, he's I assume he heard the come out. He's gonna go poke his head around that corner. His speed's 35 feet, by the way.
Okay,
Oh,
so there's
that-
speed,
I'll
and then
get
you
you
go ahead and
there.
dash.
So, yes, exactly.
Okay, there's like almost
Just
20
kinda-
feet of a dash. You also look upon the apparatus, this giant lever, the piping overhead and connecting to here. And there's some sort of
And,
rim that comes up.
Using telepathic bond, he says, surely it doesn't mean there's something going to come out of that. It's very big. It's very, very big.
And this tiny little gnome-sized thing comes out and starts beating us up. you
right.
No, it could. No, no time to really respond to that. He's too focused on taking this thing down. So
That's anyway.
it
yeah.
was you're asking a rhetorical question, so it's like it's
he
not.
didn't ask a
combat.
question. He just commented. But yeah, that was his turn. He dashed.
Yeah.
We are moving along to Vapor.
Get him, Vapor.
Yeah, Aygir gets a second turn.
Alright, Vapor will move 40 feet after this guy to mostly up so you can get a clear line of fire on him. And then... do I want to burn a spell on him? No, I don't. I really don't want to burn anything on him. So, we'll do another Storm Bolt. That is much better. That is going to be a nice 27.
Your Stormbolt strikes the construct square on.
Get him.
Alright,
What is it up to?
D10. That is...
2d10 at this level?
Oh, that is right, 2d10.
Vapor has 2d10s. He's got an upgraded version.
I was gonna say.
I forgot.
I'm
I forgot
pretty
it was
sure.
2d10s, and that is a double 9, so that is going to be 18 points of damage.
We are rocking the damage.
And the thing falls to the ground in a rusty heap. You have defeated your quarry.
Does the smoking finger gun blow?
All right. Well, he called for backup. We'll see if it comes out. Who's up, Esper?
There is a sound from within this. A squishy, viscous sound. It's getting louder and it sounds large. It is Walykos' turn.
All right. Walykos telepathically would suggest that we all kind of group back in a way that we can defend ourselves. Let's fall back. So I'm going to move 35 feet back towards Aygir.
Back towards Aygir. Okay.
Aygir's the one down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
And then I
choke
will-
point.
Yep, and then I will ready an action to launch at the first enemy I see the thing from the Beak of the White Raven, the radiant little blast that it can do.
Also, this is a dumb question, but those pipes, those are over our heads, right?
They are, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, you have your magic staff at the ready, Walykos. Wondering what in the world is inside of there. Nokki.
I will also.
Oh.
Could I do one last thing? As I move, can I object interact, hand off 3 magic stones to Nokki, just so he has a ranged option that uses my +5 wisdom on the attack roll. So basically, you should have a +9 to hit with that, and +5 damage. 1d6.
Yeah, I'll probably just be using those then because my axe doesn't have magical properties.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That is also important. Oh, sorry, Esper, go on.
No, that could be quite helpful. And it's Nokki's turn.
I'll just move back around the corner where, oh, actually, I can't see if I go over there. Let me think.
Well, you can't see into the darkness where the enemy would be anyways,
Yeah.
but
You're seeing like this, like that's bright
Yeah.
and then that's dim.
I will let
something
you
like
know
that.
that we did drop the enemy in case you didn't notice.
Yeah, of course.
He's
You
down.
you see a gloomy silhouette on the ground there with like little ripples of electricity
Here's a
on it.
question. Here's a question. Can I just like choose to like move where Vapor moves? Because I need vision, so
Yeah, so you're
Not-
essentially readying a dash.
yeah, like I'll just go where Vapor goes.
Okay.
Like I know that's
Okay.
kind of weird to say, but it's like because of the turn order, it's kind of awkward for me.
No, that's fine. You just ready
Sure.
a dash and you're following Vapor as best you can.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess I'll also
next
like,
up-
if possible, like have the magic stones in my hand instead of the axe. So
Yeah.
They
To object
are
interact.
definitely a bit better than just a standard axe. The sloshy, squishy sound gets louder, and something emerges, flowing over the top of this big metallic rim. First, you see a slimy tendril, and then another, and then another, and then there's a whole mass of the thing, and it comes spilling over it a slimy blob of translucent tendrils with an iridescent sheen to them, stretching and searching out in all directions at once.
Sounds like a good time for my ready to attack. Oh, lovely.
It is quite sizable.
So, whenever it seems to be in the least amount of cover, I guess. Yeah,
There it is. Go for it.
making the attack. That's another nat 20, I'm not lying.
Nice, we needed that. This thing is scary.
This is... Alright, I have to look this up. I've never actually attacked with this feature before. 1d8... Oh, I forgot that my hits do an additional 1d8 radiant damage when I was attacking the thing. Oh well.
I think
No, that's if you have the
advantage.
advantage.
Wait,
You're right. Yeah.
Wait, did we skip someone's turn? Because didn't I go last and then Walykos went? But I should.
No,
be
this is
after-
a readied action. Readied action.
Oh God, I was
Yeah.
sorry. I missed that part. I was like, I feel like we skipped some players, Esper.
No. I just get to take my turns whenever I feel like it. That's how
Of
this
course,
game
of
works.
course.
I don't have enough d8s. All right, so 2d8 radiant damage goes to 4d8 radiant damage. So that's currently looking at 12 plus 23 radiant damage, and you gain advantage on the next attack roll you make against the target within 1 minute.
Just keep getting
So-
that 20s. Easy.
23 radiant damage.
That's a great strategy. That's all you have to do. Just keep critical hitting it. Why didn't I think of that before?
Yeah, it's working well so far.
Speak the command word, and from the beak of the White Raven, a beam of white hot radiance strikes the thing. It shudders, and the ripples go through its slimy mass. And you've been granted advantage on your next attack on it.
I almost feel like there might be a spectral kind of White Raven kind of harassing it that gives me the advantage in some way. So, continue.
To use its speed, as a bonus action, it will flow right towards Walykos. You seem to have very much drawn its attention.
Yeah.
And I believe it has some nice reach on these pseudopods here. It sure does. It will attack you with one of its stretching out, iridescent, clearish pseudopods. It is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
This is part
what type of
bludgeoning and
damage?
part acid.
Okay, don't have any resistances to those.
$33 damage total.
Well, there's a third, almost half my hit points.
That's a lot of damage.
There
for one
is
attack.
a sensation accompanying the pseudopod that is like this clinging, cloying sense, but not necessarily at your body physically so much. Well, more than just physically. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Of course. Okay.
You'll be fine.
I mean, sure. 18.
You have succeeded. It has a second pseudopod attack. Another one comes swiping at you from the other direction.
Dodge it.
We gotta get to level 10 somehow, guys.
24.
This might do it if we survive.
I know, right?
Seems dangerous.
It does. 24, of course, hits Esper. You know that.
27 damage this time.
Alright, guys. That pretty much just dealt 3/4 of my hit points.
Make, again, a Constitution saving throw as a cloying sensation comes over you.
Why not? 7. Yep.
Certainly not
gonna
enough.
They're gonna paralyze me now, too?
It has actually drained off a spell slot of the highest level that you have available.
Oh, wow. If
What
I was
spell slot
playing
do you have?
a spellcaster, that would annoy
The
me.
3rd level spell slot.
It has drained off your 3rd level spell slot, and it seems to invigorate upon siphoning out your magic energy. And
Sure.
these, you even see this little, almost glimmers from that pseudopod that hits you, and the glimmers bubble up through it and just burst out in a thing. Give me 1 second. I'm
Swear,
trying
if
to
it
read.
makes
There it
more
is.
enemies.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Okay. I need to roll.
I think it's going to make more enemies.
Need to roll a random roll as the thing is bursting out of it.
Mhm.
A pattern of swirling colors and
course.
lights.
I have advantage on this, though, because it's a
Nice.
charm effect, I believe.
Probably so. Let me get the...
Yeah.
What am I doing? Oh my goodness, I'm on the totally wrong page. 1 second, guys. I just need to check
Maybe I don't have advantage on that. I don't know if it's a charm or a sleep effect.
It's charm, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I do have advantage. Is it just me, or is it other people?
It's
as
going to
well?
be Walykos. It's going to try to get as many as possible. Okay, first Walykos. It's an area that's
Wisdom save?
a wisdom save. Walykos. It is a charmed effect if you have advantage against charms.
I do, thanks to being a half elf. With advantage, 20, not natural.
You have succeeded. Nokki, make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm not good at these.
Probably not.
Just do your best. We'll try and pop its.
Hey,
I assume it has to
I got
concentrate.
an 18. I rolled a 17 on the dice. So.
That's pretty good.
Well done. You are not hypnotized by these swirls. And Vapor, make a wisdom saving throw.
Damn it.
Come on, don't be the one that fails.
No, I'm gonna fail.
Vapor, the swirling patterns hypnotize you. You are charmed, and while you are charmed, you are incapacitated with no speed. We're going to move on to Aygir now.
Okay, this is what I've been waiting for. I did not find in any of my notes anything that I have that's like really good against something like this, I think. But yep, he is just for right now going to go ahead and use his integrated thunder weapon, his bow made seemingly out of pure lightning, and pocket a good 2 actually, because he has extra attack. And oof. Well, probably not worth using an inspiration on this.
Let me know if how resistant it is to non-magic when you do hit it.
All right. The first attack is no good at all for sure. I'm certain. The
Well,
second one,
it is a slime. It is very slow and not agile.
better than a 7 AC, I assume.
Not necessarily.
It is a little better than 7. Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
probably
figured it
you
is.
do actually hit it, but it just kind of like absorbs the attack in its mass.
Exactly. However, I assume a 21 hits.
Yes. You barely missed it with that 7.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so for total, yeah, I think it's probably like a 9 or something, right? For total damage, we're looking at a 10.
10
And,
of
thunder
what
damage.
variety of damage?
Is thunder damage.
Thunder. It does resist that. It will take
Yeah.
5, and it seems to
Wait,
really
sorry,
just kind
is
of...
it thunder damage? Let me make sure it's thunder and not lightning.
It is thunder. If you're using
it
the
should be.
gauntlets.
It should be. No, it's the
Oh,
launcher. It is.
the
No, it is
launcher.
lightning. Sorry, it is lightning.
It is lightning.
Not thunder. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
The-
it's resistant to the lightning, and it seems to almost just kind of ignore it. It does deal 5 damage to it, but it
Yeah.
Almost like it got some temp
out of
hit points or
character, it
something.
clearly gained temporary hit points from absorbing
Okay.
that
Yeah.
spell slot from
Spell.
All right. All right.
What a dick. What a dick.
hit many.
It's
not
in
a
fact,
spell,
it's like
though,
a
but
whole
it,
group of them.
Yeah.
Magic damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Aygir, you hold your ground?
Nokki,
What?
You hold your ground there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's in
Vapor.
the covered position. He would have half
Vapor,
cover, I
you
assume,
are
right?
incapacitated. Though we talked a little bit about a situation like this before the game. Are there any thoughts or memories that pass through your mind? Just a role-playing opportunity if you'd like to do something
Yeah.
on your turn.
He has a couple thoughts that go through his head. One is of the Furbogs and the name of the guard that killed one of them.
So you're fixating on the
Regret not
unresolved.
being unresolved.
Okay. Do you want to detail like?
Sounds
that
like you're hoping that you will survive to go and
And-
do or chase up that.
Yeah, he would like to
That
resolve
plot.
this issue, and it's he for whatever reason in this like dazed sense it just comes to him and it comes back up, and it's like he needs to take care of this. He has, and he's going to focus on that and try. And I believe I have a will save check here now. The end of my turn.
at the end of your turn.
I
Maybe,
don't
Esper?
think so. Nope. There's
Or hypnotic
nothing.
pattern.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Can't you be
Okay.
shaken out of it though?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you've seen this in action before. You know the
Yeah.
ooze is concentrating on it to hold you in the charm, and damage or an action to shake you out knocks you out of it.
Did you
So
make
you
a
can get
concentration
knocked
out
check
quite
for the
easily.
lightning
Yeah, because Aygir
for the
did
lightning damage?
It would automatically succeed on a DC 10 con save.
You can't. Oh, so it can't like roll less than that? All right.
It would
Wait,
not
how
roll
does it
lower
have
than
a-
10.
That's a plus 10.
Has a +9. Wow.
Oh,
It,
my
it
God.
has at least a +9. That's crazy. All right, guys, don't use con saves
there's
on
probably one of you that has close to a +9 on a save.
it. No.
Is there not? What is
Nope.
Noki's con save?
My con save? Oh, it's
Remember,
low.
he's the one
have
with
I
the-
have really bad stats, Esper.
Oh, that's right. You do have bad. That's why you're wearing armor. I'm
I
sure
have
there's
my
somebody
highest
among
save-
your
Like,
party
my-
that
my-
has close to
my-
a
my
+9
sec-
on something.
My
No,
second
none of us
highest
do. I have
stat. My second
Anyways,
highest stat is 13.
Not important. Not important. So, who's up after
Is Walykos.
Vapor? Oh, back to Walykos. Alright. Esper, you forced my hand. I didn't want to have to do this. I really didn't. But because you threw this at us, Walykos
You're going
is
hamster
going to
style.
conjure animals.
Oh my! You are going
Spell.
hamster style.
You forced me to do this. I didn't want to ever cast this spell, Esper.
I don't know why it's an amazing spell.
But it's just so annoying. I think it's rude to the group to like make all these animals.
Dude, I've been conjuring animals and DMing for people conjuring animals since 3rd edition. It's normal for me.
All right, well,
It's actually been
More
very
power to
strange
you.
that this group has never conjured animal. If you want to make it less
don't have Aygir.
less
Right.
cumbersome or whatever, just summon the one. Like you can just summon like one CR2.
no, that's terrible. I'm summoning 8. If I'm gonna cheese it, I'm gonna do the 8 giant owls or something. So, especially with this thing has such terrible
Mm-hmm.
AC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind just throwing out the highest damage I can. So 8 giant owls appear as I conjure them, face spirits and whatnot. Roll initiative for the summoned as a group. Okay, 19 plus. Giant owls have a +2 initiative, so they're also 21. How convenient.
That is very convenient.
They obey
I
any
use the
verbal
white
command that
owl
you
because
issue.
maybe it's reminiscent of the white raven.
I like it. And there are 8 of them. There you go. Cool.
Oh my god.
Can I put them in front of me too to kind of provide a shield a little bit? Yeah, yeah. Just surround this thing with owls.
Oh my god.
Well, owls well
So
that ends well.
A flock of white raveny owls appears and begin harassing the hell out of this thing. They obey my commands, so I tell them kill that thing, and
Yep.
then I'm going to use my bonus action. He hasn't thrown the magic stones yet, so and I can't cast another thing that's not cantrip with the bonus action. So I'm just going to check my features, make sure there's no way I can bonus action disengage. Not this level, not this level. Gather swarm. I could fly. It's a bonus action. Alright. I'm good. I'm going to just move away. As not out of its reach, but like put me. I know it has a 10-foot reach. Can you move me down a little bit?
You can tell that it could reach out to 15 feet away.
Move me
You
to
are
15 feet away from it,
kinda
downward, then. Yeah, thank you. That way I do not provoke,
maybe-
but I do
maybe
get
a little
myself
bit.
closer to where I want to be.
Nope, that's
Alright,
actually be there. Okay.
you.
So you
We
can't
know
go
that.
too
15
far.
feet.
You can't go
Yep.
too far, but you do a little shuffle.
Reposition. Yep.
and
then
go ahead and make
Alton?
8 attacks.
Yep. The owls have talon attacks.
And I would
Plus
say they
three.
would all have advantage because they're all surrounding it.
Not advantage, but +2 to hit, I would say.
+2 to hit.
Because of the,
Oh, yeah.
the flanking.
Yeah,
Yep.
I forgot.
No,
myself
but that's
around that.
okay. So they have +5 with flanking to hit, which with its AC, most of these should hit. 9 to hit.
Yes.
7 misses.
Yep.
That's in the 20s, so yep. So that's 2 hits out of 3.
Yep.
8 does an 8 hit?
Yes.
I thought so.
Okay, we know what
so
it is.
that's 4. Yeah. Okay, that's 5. That's another miss. Wow, 6, 7. All right, all but 2 hit, so 6 hits. Esper, does it resist slashing damage?
No.
Really? Can I roll all these at once for you then?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I said 6 of them hit, so that's 2d6 plus 1 on each of these. I need more d6s. So, 2. 4, 5, 6.
This is why virtual
So it's
dice are so powerful. I just click a button and then.
Yeah,
But you don't
there's
get the
something
tactile
satisfying.
experience.
Yeah, there's something
That makes
satisfying
all the
about rolling
difference.
12.
It's also good
D6.
to use your brain.
Right.
Brain is for brain hard, brain not work. Computer do everything.
That's the
30.
video game generation mentality at work. It's just so sad.
39 slashing damage as the owls just
Oh,
rip
yeah.
and tear.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah.
How much was it
2, 3,
altogether?
4, so my 39. And
you've
2
done,
of
like-
them missed.
you've
2.
done,
Oh,
like,
wait.
almost-
I'm sorry, Esper. Plus 6 damage because I forgot the plus 1s.
6 more?
So
45.
45.
All right.
Yes.
The owls tear into the multi-tendrilled ooze from all sides. And that, it definitely feels.
So you've done like
It's still going,
almost
though.
like 60 damage to this thing. So
Oh, I know it does. It took my damn spell slot. Yeah. So,
Well done, owls.
Nokki.
Well done. Nokki, go and get it.
Yep.
Nokki, I have to ask, did you take the Great Weapon Fighter, Great Weapon Master feat for the
No.
plus 10 damage? Because 8 AC, now is the time.
Yeah, no, I have the dual
Mm.
what is it called? I'm looking for it. I don't remember what it's the one where
It
you
doesn't
can,
matter.
Like,
Just
yeah,
do your
it basically
thing.
just lets me do my attacks. Like I get 3 attacks per turn, and I get lots of damage on them if they hit. So yeah,
You
Um,
could get right up on it.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm gonna do.
Noki's
I'm gonna
more of
rage.
a two-weapon, two-hand
Yeah.
fighter, not a great weapon.
Yeah. Well, technically one hand because I'm using a shield, so I'm just like slashing. I'm basically like cat pawing at things.
Oh, that's right. I always forget you got that shield.
Yeah, because I roll.
So, are
terrible
you saying you're
stats,
going into
so-
melee? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm raging, and then I'll use my Let me make sure I get my rage charges.
The owls are in the air. Yeah.
This seems like a reason to rage. And
Send
then
the owl to the back. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Do I get flanking here? Do I get +2?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to say no.
Yeah, I was debating doing a reckless attack, but I don't think I want to.
I don't think you need it.
advantage on me. I also don't want it
Yeah.
to have advantage
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one is an 11 to hit. Oh, I'm sorry, not an 11 to hit.
Yeah.
Wait, it is
hits.
an 11 to hit. Yep, it is 11 to hit. And then it is. Make sure I get my right things here.
Using the
Oh,
electronic
I'm sorry. It was actually a
dice.
21 to hit. It's 11 damage. It's been a while since I've used this
Okay.
character. Sorry.
11 damage?
So 11
Okay.
damage. Yep. Then I'll
Okay.
do my second attack, which will be a 27 to hit and 14 damage.
You can't
And
do
then-
the extra attack this round because you rage as your bonus.
No, I can. Yeah. So like the. So
Is
the-
it not an action?
No. So it's let me. I'll make sure to check. But I'm pretty sure it's not.
Thought it was.
Let me just confirm. I gotta find it. Hold on. Where
It's
is
the
that? Form of the beast. There it is. Yeah, so claws. Each of your hands transform to claws. You can use your weapon if it's empty. Blah, blah. Once on each of your turns, when you
Oh,
attack
yeah.
with a claw, you can make an additional attack. Yeah, and then I have an extra attack as well since I'm a thing. So this will be my last attack here, which is an 18 to hit and 11 damage. So that's 11, 11, 14, 22 plus 14, 36 damage.
And do you remember what kind of extra damage you're doing?
Slashing.
So this is the thing that I've enchanted with Radiant Weapon. I gave him one of my Artificer infusions.
These are my
Oh.
claws. I don't think
He's
he
using
can
his
use my
natural
claws.
Is this
yeah.
not that? Okay, alright, then never mind.
Yeah. I don't think you can. Yeah. I mean, hey, if you can enchant my hand, that'd be pretty great.
Action surge.
I could action surge. I'm not going to.
Why?
I'm good.
This thing hit me for 3/4 my hit points. You're gonna regret that, sir.
I might.
Nokki, amidst his rage, slashes, rips through the slimy gel-like creature, and then it focuses in a pseudopod against Walykos. Plus 2 to your AC for half cover, Walykos.
Yep. Thanks, Nokki. I appreciate you.
Actually, no, the owls are flying. No plus 2 to your AC.
I don't think I would have killed it even with an action surge.
I think that you might have. You would have done 2 more attacks.
Maybe.
That is
Now
25
it's gonna
to
drain
hit.
another spell slot. Yeah.
Wham!
It's gonna drop me. I'm almost certain.
It rolled really good.
Yep. Just tell me how much.
36 total.
I'm down. Alright.
Walykos hits the ground.
Into death save territory. Also, the
owls
con
disappear
save.
like so many ghostly feathers.
Yep. I failed the con save, so you can have another spell slot, I guess, which will give
Probably
it
a
more hit
second
points.
level.
Yep, definitely a second level.
Okay. It just sort of brushes aside Nokki and goes for Vapor.
Oh. Okay.
Actually,
You're muted, Vapor.
it might go here.
You forgot to prevent him from getting date. Removing the days.
Oh yeah, it has to make a bunch of con save. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no.
the con saves for my attacks.
I did
right?
do.
It can't
yeah.
roll lower than a 10 on a con save.
I know, but I
But didn't we
rolled-
do more than 20 damage?
I did.
Well, no
I
single
did,
The
owl would have
owls.
done.
Well, no.
more than-
One of my attacks
He
did
would've-
14
Yeah, that's
damage
true.
though.
There's a DC 12. Okay, yeah, it does need a roll on that. That is a total success. But you made it waste a high roll. So you made it waste a nat
Good.
16.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
and
how.
it's a,
That's
and
how.
Va-
That's how randomness works.
And Vapor's about ready to get knocked out of the hypnosis anyways. Here's a pseudopod attack against Vapor with advantage for your incapacitated state.
Surprised he did. I'm surprised it didn't
Actually-
attack me, but I'll take it.
Incapacitated only says you can't take actions. That's the only condition, so that's not advantage. All right, here we go.
Correct.
Probably hits 19.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay. Say, Vapor, how does acid do for you?
Oh fuck. He's still vulnerable to that.
Yeah. All right.
Esper,
So-
your vulnerable is only 50%, or is it
That's
still
right.
100%?
That's right, 50%.
Okay.
Yep. 13, 16, 21. We'll go to 30 acid.
I just want to point out, if we TPK here, it's all Nokki's fault. You
a
literally
sec.
could have prevented
You
this.
could have done. You could have prevented this.
Guys, I
You
don't
could have
think
actually-
I don't-
40.
I do not
You
think
chose
action surge
not
would've
to.
killed it.
Vapor.
I don't think
you
it-
act as
40.
if that action surge would have like totally
It,
killed
I don't.
the thing.
It wouldn't have
I don't
killed
know.
it.
I
It
don't
wouldn't
know.
have killed it.
Plus, we have more stuff.
And you
I
need
think
a
I think
Constitution
action
save,
surge
so-
would have been a good choice.
Wow.
Yes. The fact that you chose
40
not
damage,
to,
Vapor.
I
Make a
added that, and
Constitution.
15.
Make a
15.
con save.
Yeah.
15.
there was just
15
no reason.
is
Nokki.
not enough.
I mean, I
What
can use
is
extra
your
next
highest
turn.
level
It'll
spell
be fine.
slot?
Yeah, assuming we're
4.
still alive.
It siphons
I'll
that
still be
away.
alive.
It is gone. And it gains temporary hit points better than what it got from the level 2, so it will like override the previous temporary hit points. And something just randomly bursts out of it now that it has drawn all that spell energy.
Oh no, it can make more of itself.
No, it's not making one.
Maybe.
No, it's just it can cast another spell.
It
basically.
releases a cone of vivid color. I need to see exactly how this works. It is a
color spray.
15-foot cone. All right, so it'll just put the cone onto vapor. All right, let me roll this. Kind of like
Amount
with
of hit
sleep.
points.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yep.
with sleep. It just tracks off of hit points, even though it's not dealing any damage.
Oh, how many hit points you got left, Vape?
30.
It rolled not good. It got a 25. So the
Nothing.
clashing spray of vivid colors washes over you, makes you see spots for a moment, but it does not blind you.
All right.
That could have made a big difference.
Yeah.
It did not roll good though. It is
Okay.
Aygir's turn. You are no longer hypnotized, Vapor.
Okay. I'm at the bottom of the roll. I
Slight
forgot.
consolation for you.
Yeah, you get to go
Okay,
after
well,
Aygir, so.
This could be stupid considering where I am right now, but 35 feet puts me in melee with it, right?
Most
Can't you heal me?
Oh, that's true.
I mean, if I lose a turn of actions, which is more valuable, your attack? Or...
Yeah, well, okay, so actually, no, hold on. This... Well, the problem is it's taking my turn and it's not doing any more damage, but no. You not going down would be nice.
Yeah,
so
getting a whole
he's
character
gonna,
back is pretty nice.
Yeah, he's going to cast Cure Wounds at a... what?
Oh, I gotta.
You gotta use the spell that's the bonus action heal one.
Healing Word?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't
You
have
could do
that.
that.
That's not a...
Oh, is it not?
Artificer.
in your spell?
Anyway, point being, he is going to upcast a Cure Wounds at 2nd level. So,
Give me the heals.
yeah.
You should totally move in a way where I can get flanking as well.
You know, you would have had flanking if my owls were still here.
I did get flanking on
Yeah.
my 3 attacks, actually.
Okay, he didn't roll wonderfully, but you do get 10 back.
That's enough.
Yeah.
To take a turn at least.
Yep, and then on my next turn, I think I'm going to probably get into melee with this thing too. Which is maybe a regrettable decision, but at least I'm spiky enough that I can hit back. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to get in melee with it and just cast Cure Wounds on Walykos and then move up to where Nokki is now flanking and I would be flanking
There you
with
go.
him as well.
Yep.
Because, yeah, if it hits me, I'm spiky and I hit it back.
Excellent. Brave Aygir, spiky Aygir. Curative Aygir has brought consciousness back to Walykos. Walykos, you have 1 level of exhaustion due to an
I've
injury.
already marked it. Yep,
You already marked it.
we're good.
All right. You're on the ball. Vapor, you have been badly struck and siphoned of one of your precious spell slots.
Yeah.
How do you
Okay.
respond?
Is the psychic link still up, or did that go down with Walykos when he got?
Oh, that's a
knocked?
ritual. That stays. That
Okay.
doesn't. That's not
Yeah,
He's
it's not a
going,
constant.
he's going to send. Would Vapor have known about the owls being summoned, or was no?
You would have seen
You-
them summoned.
You would have seen a bunch of giant owls and then they
Okay.
vanish.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's going to send. The only person he could probably think of would be Walykos. So he's going to send this to Walykos. Can you summon them again?
Nope.
Okay, that takes out that idea. Unfortunately, Vapor does not want to
They
be
did
close
pretty
to
good
this
that
thing.
one round they were out there.
Vapor does not want to be close to this thing, so he's going to look like being the coward, but he will Dimension Door.
Coward!
I mean, use up that spell slot before it takes it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
true.
honestly, he does not want to be within range of this thing. So he is just. So if you can zoom out a bit, so I can see the
I
map.
have a question though. Does Dimension Door require
well, Vapor
sight?
Does not require
see.
sight.
It doesn't
100%
require
does
sight,
not.
that's true. But Vapor can't see. So, but you could think, I want to go where?
Back 100 feet that way, this
Yeah,
way.
well, I need to zoom out to kind of get a general idea.
Esper, we need you to zoom out.
Oh. But
No,
Vapor
I think
doesn't-
what
but Vapor
Esper's saying
doesn't
is like
see
he
it.
can't see, so he
Vapor
needs to
can't
just,
see
he needs
it,
to
so
remember.
it's-
He needs to
yeah.
remember how many feet.
It's too meta
Fair
to
enough.
show what the character can't see.
I like that. That's cool.
Sure.
That is, I think that's a
Okay.
benefit of playing online.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you remember how many feet you traveled?
I mean, I'm not
If you
going to
wanna
be
be
like a
safe-
super hard ass or anything. If you want to like go back out into that corridor, you could certainly do that.
Yeah, he's aiming down.
I would say don't completely go.
No,
away,
he's not
but
going to completely go. And the problem is, I know where I want to go. I just
60
don't wanna
feet
a-
will not kill you. If you go straight down 60, like you could probably go another 70. It's probably 100 feet in range that you could go before you hit the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna go straight down, 100 feet.
To south?
Yeah.
Okay.
100 feet might be a lot, but we'll see.
All right. So you do your dimension door. You feel this like this smacking sensation that like knocks you back. You kind of overshot it a little bit, but you end up. What am I doing? Down
Zoom
here.
out.
Here we go. Yeah, you end up. Well,
Put
you
the-
can't see.
Put the light with him.
You have the
He would have
rock.
dropped the light.
Yep.
He would have dropped it.
You dropped
Why
the
would-
light.
Yeah, he dropped it. Well, actually, I gotta roll a Constitution check on that because that's a concentration spell.
Light's not concentration.
Oh,
Light is not concentration.
no, I still need to
Okay.
roll for. Okay, no magic surge.
You take damage if you hit, if
So
you go
did
into
you
a
want to
wall
take the
dimension?
the light rock with you or not?
No, he doesn't
No.
because he needs to be able to see this damn thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can't really see your surroundings, but you do see up there, right, that the creatures by the light and by allies, right? You see
Yeah.
this here. Okay.
Just a quick question though. You said that
A desperate
he
move for a desperate situation.
Just a quick question to make sure we're following the rules of Dimension Door. If you said that he overshot it. It does say you take 46 force damage.
Oh, really? Oh,
It says
man.
it says if you would arrive in a place already occupied by an object or a creature, and you and any creature traveling with you each take 46 force damage.
So let's do this.
Oh, and,
Vapor.
and the spell fails to teleport
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's true. So before we go like really hardcore, Vapor, make an intelligence check. This is like
I think
you
that's fair.
gauging in your
Yeah.
mind the distance.
I think 100 was too much.
Mhm.
Like, there's easily less that you could have gone that would have been fine.
You're muted, Vapor.
Sorry, 20.
Okay, so the smack was merely just a little descriptor on my end.
Okay.
You're like, nah, 100's too far. It's more like 85. Oh, okay, maybe like 84 3/4 of an inch. All right, so you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to check to make sure.
Yeah,
because
thank you for pointing
spell-
that out. And
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
Actually, Nick, it makes sense that it would have that stipulation because Dimension Door is very powerful. There has to be some kind of little balancer in there,
Exactly.
so it's not just
Yeah.
completely
Well, you could just guess.
infinitely good.
Hey, you could just be like, "Hey, I think there's a secret room past here. I'm gonna just keep teleporting into the walls."
Exactly. Yeah, it's good that that's in there. And I've had
It
a
also
number of
makes it so that,
situations
like, you
where I
can't-
have the spellcaster make an intelligence check because they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to get the spell angled up just right in this really complicated battle situation where my friends are, or I want to time things just perfectly right. That let's
So
see
Vapor-
exactly how
Vapor-
well you can, mentally visualize out the trigonometry of all that.
Yeah, for sure.
So is Vapor done?
Vapor's good. It's Walykos' turn. You're on the ground. You're injured, but you are not dying.
Walykos pulls himself to his feet, pissed off. I'm gonna bonus action because it's trying to eat all my spell slots. I might as well use them. Zephyr Strike on myself.
And don't forget, you still have advantage.
I know, but I have 2 attacks, so one is going to get the advantage, and then I'm going to use the Zephyr to get the other advantage.
Okay.
And since I have Elven Accuracy, I get 3 d20s on
That's
my
highly accurate.
advantage check. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. Can I flank with Nokki? Is that possible?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, then here we go. First attack with the advantage. No nat 20s, but definitely hits.
Not hard to do.
Let's see, I got this plus that and radiant. Does radiant damage need to be separated from the bludgeoning?
Does not.
Thank you. So let's see, we got radiant, we got the staff, we got d6 of piercing. I think that's it. Okay. We're looking at 16 damage from the first attack. Then I will pop
Mm-hmm.
the Zephyr Strength, which will be an extra d8 of force damage when this hits.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I get a nat 20.
That'd be good.
And last roll, 19, but not a nat 20. Alright. So, force damage.
The force damage it will resist.
Okay, so I will separate the force damage. Here's the spell, or here's the weapon damage. I do not get the radiant again. That is a once per turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. The force damage is 4 force damage,
So just
and then
2.
the rest of the damage is 14. Magic
All right,
poetry.
you wham, assault the creature, strike it twice. So good that.
Yep.
It's still going though.
I know. I know that we're barely getting through those temp hit points, but I'm doing my best. Next up,
Am I up?
Nokki.
yeah.
Okay. I am gonna reckless attack this time, so I'll get my advantage and +2. So
Why?
first attack here.
Oh, well,
Because
going
I
for
might
the
be
crit
good-
fish.
Yeah, I'm going for
Crit
crits.
fish.
Yeah, I'm going for
Got
crits
it.
exactly. And I did because of the advantage. I got a 19 and a 20 on the first roll, so that's gonna be a
Oh.
critical hit.
Ooh.
So that worked out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
going to be. I actually didn't roll that well, unfortunately for the crit. But it's here. I'll just roll. I'll just roll the stuff and then I'll add everything up at the end.
Mhm.
All right.
So here's the second one with advantage, which is not a critical. But oh, actually, let me make sure it hits.
You hit an 8
Oh, yeah,
AC.
16 hits. Yeah, 16
Yeah.
hits. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's my second attack, and here's my third attack with advantage. Not a critical there. Okay, so I got 12 plus 15 is 27, plus 14 is 41. That's 41 damage.
You rip.
Is it?
You rip through the thing so much so that it stops moving, and then you rip it some more, and you just tear it into a puddle of slime.
So it's dead. Okay, cool.
It's
So if you had
gone.
action surged, it would have totally been dead.
Not necessarily. I would have only had 2 attacks, and I could have rolled poorly.
Damn, I almost wanted it to hit me so I could push it up to 25 feet away from me and deal damage
You
to it.
didn't know that, though. You should have
But-
still
Yeah.
taken the shot.
I
at it.
disagree. I don't think I should have action surged.
Huh.
Well, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
I mean,
You're
wait.
entitled
To
to
be,
your
wait,
wrong
wait.
opinion.
To be fair, you're still alive, and I still have action surge. So
He's
actually,
still alive because he got healed.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, but I knew you had healing, so I knew it was. Fine.
Let's go back in character. Let's go back
Yeah.
in character.
Yeah, exactly.
Walykos is holding his side as this thing, he steps back as it sort of puddles, I guess. And he coughs some blood, and he's like, that thing hit, and it was taking my magic. It latched on to the divine connection I have with the White Raven's daughter, and it was drawing out the magic.
Wait, that wasn't fun. Aygir says, just kind of brushing off a little bit of the ooze from him because he didn't actually get hit by it.
Yeah, I'm gonna like Noki's gonna slosh
We
the
need to-
ooze off of his hands and his
If
arms.
you guys
and,
were to
"Ugh,
look to see
this
Vapor,
is
he
very,
is
very
literally
disgusting.
trying to get the slime off because it burns, it stings.
Yeah, Nokki walks to the wall and scrapes some of the slime off. Like, why do we keep fighting these types of things? The first one burnt me, and this one gets slime all over me.
I don't want to hear it, Nokki. I'm nearly dead from that. We need to make a quick search of this thing and then get out for now.
We should always just be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. That could have gone really badly.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I don't know how important it might necessarily be. Well, I'll save 1 second level slot and I'll pump another just first level cure wounds into Walykos.
Oh, I was thinking that we were gonna long rest because that thing drained like all my spells. And it got most of our.
We do have a tiny hut.
We do have a tiny hut.
This would be the time to use that. Well, maybe let's peek around both of these corners ahead of us just to make sure there's nothing.
But if we peek around, we might proc another encounter. So
yeah, but like very, very carefully. Just to make sure we're not going to
do
be
the tiny hut.
I appreciate that.
I think we should do this tiny hut because Nokki's fine to do it, but like he would still say we should do the tiny hut because Walykos is almost dead. Like,
wait, the tiny hut does that
so long as
prevent the opportunity for an encounter to arise?
It's basically protection from everything unless they have like the spell magic or something.
They would need like a disintegrate spell or I don't know the dispel magic. Let me check.
I think dispel magic does work against.
We don't know if this thing could maybe have had a similar effect.
Attacks and magic. The dome stops attacks.
Magic, we get rid of it.
Well, I'm reading your thing. The dome stops attacks, providing total cover to the creatures on the other side. Spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the dome or be cast through it. Creature can teleport in or out of the dome, but cannot do so by dimension door or other kinds of magic portal, as the spell cannot reach through. So basically, spells don't go through it. Yes, you could probably target the dome itself with the dispel magic.
Yeah. Generally, when something is protected against the spell magic, I think it says it. Like I think Wall of Force, for example, cannot be dispelled.
Very few things can be dispelled. Very.
Yeah.
Cool. So we could do that. Do we want to do it here, or do we want to move back to a more?
I think we move back to a more defensive because, like, even with the Liam Sunny Hut, they can still surround us. So it's better.
Yeah.
Why don't we just move to the workshop, and that way you can spend more time in the workshop.
Yes,
while
exactly.
in the hut.
Can we
exactly.
Can we search this thing though first? The ooze. See if we find
Nokki,
anything.
You
don't
go
think it left
searching
anything.
through it, and you do find something amongst all the slime. It is a weapon, in fact.
Ooh.
It is a flail weapon, and it has a peculiar composition to it.
Sounds like something.
The grip, the handle, is like made of glass.
Oh.
And the actual flail strand was easily confused for part of the puddle because it's just this black strand of slime. And there's a little, not a button, but there's a little switch on it that makes it come in like a tongue, like a chameleon's tongue coming back into the mouth. And then
It turns into a mace.
Well, it's glass. You probably wouldn't want to smash that against someone, but it's quite interesting.
What's the damage on it or anything? Like, I don't know if you can tell me.
I'm just confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a flail or a whip, but it's not a chain or a leather. It's actually a black slime. Is the
well, flail and a whip
part.
are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, so
different.
Aygir produces some almost rubberized oilcloth from out of a bag and looks over at Nokki and says, "Don't touch that." And goes and wraps the oilcloth around it and picks it up and says, "I'll look at this while just staying in the tiny hut and make sure it's not going to do anything bad. I'll give it back after that."
All right.
I don't want it. It's
But
kind of
I want
freaking
it.
me out.
I do want it back. It's I killed this thing.
I'm gonna cast it. Then you all can wander and get yourselves killed if you want. But I'm staying in the hut till
I'm staying in the hut too. Like, there's no reason for me to go out.
All right.
Where would you
Search
like
the body
to
of the.
conjure. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, can we search the body of that last guy too, just to make sure to be thorough?
True. Yeah.
Esper, the Dross, whatever.
You take a look at the Dross guard, and he doesn't possess any valuables on his body. Now, Aygir maybe would argue otherwise, that his whole body is scrapping,
Yeah.
but no, he doesn't have like coins on him or something.
Well, it is,
That's
but
fine.
also like it's not convenient to haul the whole thing out of here or to chop it right now.
I'm fine with just moving the body back to the tiny hut area because you've got 8 hours. You might get bored. You might want to, take him apart.
His first priority is this mace. He's going to study this and actually detect magic and look at it, and
8
figure out maybe
hours.
even attune to it, and then
8 hours is a
give it
long
back to
time.
Nokki and let him attune.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice because like if it is a magic weapon, it would be nice if Nokki could get that because then he'll have like a magic weapon to use without his rage.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Plus, it sounds like it gives you some range, maybe, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
worst comes to
when it
worst,
whips out,
it's-
it has reach.
But in character, Aygir is not letting anybody but him touch this because he thinks he is the most, and maybe he's right. Maybe thinks he's the most qualified to study it and make sure it's not harmful first.
During the 8 hours rest, like for the long rest, like in the tiny hut.
Aygir, just remember what happened to you know who. Don't
Yes.
let if you start getting weird about that whip, we're taking it away.
Understood. I don't think this has any connection to Belfonte though.
You don't know. This whole place has a connection to Belvonder.
But let me see what I come up with about it. And then,
While we're in the
we'll
tiny
see.
hut doing our rest and Aygir is like doing his thing with the with like looking into the web, Noki's like going to be like attempting to help Aygir. Like it's not gonna work. It's probably gonna be quite annoying, but Noki's gonna be like, oh, like maybe you should do this or do look at that that glass thing. It looks like it's glowing over there. Don't you think that that's quite interesting?
No, it's not glowing. That's just from the light.
I leave
It's
Nokki
flash, it's
outside the
reflective.
tiny hut. I explicitly exclude Nokki. No, I'm just kidding.
Having 8 hours, I will take one of those hours to cast detect magic on that thing, and then also attune to it, assuming it requires attunement.
It does
Well, why
not
don't you-
require attunement. It is certainly magical, though.
Okay.
The magic that you are picking up from it is a moderate, at most moderate aura of magic, evocation style.
Oh, okay. So they do some elemental.
It does not require any sort of attunement. You just swing it, and this strand of caustic black slime flails out of it, and then comes back like a chameleon's tongue. I guess it doesn't actually need that switch. It just flicks out when you swing it. Sorry, I was on the wrong page when I was trying to find the item.
I see. I guess it might go. Maybe I can't do it when I'm inside the hut, but can I tell how far out it'll go?
10 feet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then.
And it's like a whip. You could use it with dexterity or with strength. It could be a finesse attack.
What's the damage?
So, with some experimentation, Aygir, you can pretty much deduce the damage and such. The damage on it is 2d4 acid. It also has +1 to hit and damage.
That's
So it's a
fun.
+1 weapon. Gotcha.
It's like a +1 whip, but instead of like being a d4 of slashing, it's 2d4 of
It's
acid.
acid,
That's
which
fun.
is useful because sometimes you want to hit a troll and make sure they doesn't regenerate.
Right. It also has reach.
And
It's a
it
one-handed
has-
weapon with reach.
a
Mm-hmm.
whip also has reach.
Oh, that's true. It does. You're right.
Actually, I think
So,
this weapon
it's
is
just-
just like
Well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure this weapon is just like potentially better than using my other attacks. Like I
He
only
described
get
it as
4
a
attacks
mace.
or 2 attacks, but yeah, I'd have to
But-
look at it.
I
Anyway,
initially
after-
said flail, but I think whip is
okay.
the better
That's
term.
right. That's right. You said, yeah.
Now,
Well, okay.
if you could find a way to claw and whip, with it,
Right.
like maybe you could put it on a bracer and have it like shoot out and then retract and then claw. I don't know. Esper's
I'm gonna need
lenient, but I don't know if
Aygir.
he's that lenient.
You would-
I'm gonna
yeah, you
need
would
some
need
people
to
to. I'm gonna
dual
need someone
wield.
to like create me some like mechanism for this. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Could be
so
an
after
artifice
having
thing.
figured this out, Aygir is going to do that thing where like he rubs his finger along the oilcloth he wrapped it in and kind of like it's like oh sticky. Wraps it back up in the oilcloth and hands the whole bundle back to Nokki with slight disgust on his face and says, "There, you keep the oilcloth. I don't need it back."
I'm gonna take it out of the oilcloth now. And I'm gonna just start playing around with it in the Leomut's tiny hut.
Careful with that.
Outside the hut. Take it outside the hut.
Oh, sorry. I'm excited. I haven't had a whip before or a flare before.
Whip. It is whip. Whip is the best.
It's not a
Whip's the
flail.
best term for it.
Okay.
I mean, whip and flail are very similar, but I think whip is the better choice of word.
Flail has a thing on the end.
Flail has a thing on the end. That's true.
Now we just need to get him a fedora.
Anyways, Walykos is just reflecting, I think, in this moment of like, he came pretty close to dying. Aygir was quick, but that thing in less than 10 seconds had him almost dead. And he's just quietly, I think, sitting here, thinking about, their whole quest and everything that's gone. It's only been like a couple weeks, I think, like maybe a month, maybe 2 months at most, since this all began.
Like the entire campaign?
The entire campaign.
Oh, that's a really good question. Few months.
We've done travel,
Yeah, a few months.
but I don't think it's been a few months. I think it's been like maybe 2, maybe 3.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's definitely a lot that's happened in the short amount of time.
yeah. But he's just going to focus on, I guess he'll make some good berries because he knows that he'll get his spell slots back quicker than he will hit dice. So, have 1 spell slot, 2,
Make a
I have
nice
2
handful
spell
of
slots
berries.
left.
Yeah, just a quick question. Do we get the long rest, Esper?
Well, that's what we'll find out when he rolls, I guess, for it.
No roll is necessary. You are able to take a long rest. Nothing presents itself. You all have gained 5 milestones.
Ooh, nice.
From that one
Is that-
encounter?
From everything.
Is that from both,
Yeah.
say?
From
It's-
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's halfway there.
Is that enough to push Nokki to the next level?
I think
Yep,
it should be.
Yep, I'll be at level 9.
Cool.
And
now,
because
at the
we're getting
beginning,
a long rest-
Adam, you said Aygir is 8th level. Is
Yeah,
that
do
correct, or
I-
is he 9th?
I misspoke. He is 9.
What was the
Okay.
milestones?
He is now 9.55.
5.
Wow.
Yeah, do I get an actual level up?
Yes, you do.
Here?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Because we took a
And
long rest.
If you want to like just look on your 9th level features or whatever you're picking, maybe you're multiclassing or whatever, I'm going to grab a water. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look at.
I also removed the
now.
level of exhaustion that I had, which 1 level of exhaustion isn't going to destroy everything, but it would definitely
I also
make
got my action
exploring-
surge back that I didn't use, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. What am I gonna? Which character am I gonna level up here? Or class am I gonna level up? I'm 6 and 2.
Well, that definitely felt like maybe the most dangerous thing down here.
That was
Not
pretty
gonna
scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it is bad news, but we're 9th level characters.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
the things that can also fuck with you in terms, or in addition to doing damage. Those are
I'm
the
just
things you gotta
thinking
watch out
like
for.
that. It could double move and still attack like twice. That was brutal.
What do you
If-
guys?
if-
What do you guys think? Sorry to interrupt for like the class. So I'm thinking like with fighter, if I go 3rd level, I get a martial archetype, which is pretty cool. But if I go barbarian, I get feral instinct. I don't think feral instinct's really as good as martial archetype.
No, unfortunately, like you definitely want more barbarian eventually. I think, but
Yeah, but I think I want to
The martial archetype.
Yeah.
yeah, the martial archetype just gives you so much power right
Yeah,
now.
like exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
And remember,
also
you're only
get-
going to have like one more level before the final confrontation.
Yeah, because I might honestly just go up to 4 levels of fighter so I get my ability score improvement because if I
You do.
want the ability score
Mhm.
improvement, I need to stick with Barbarian because I get it at 8th. But
Yeah.
let me check something. Yeah, rage damage doesn't increase until 9th. Yeah, I think I might just stick with the fighter. Go to 4th
In
level
this-
for fighter. Yeah.
In this particular case, it makes sense. You're kind of civilizing yourself a little bit more.
Exactly, yeah. It actually does kind of fit too because like I come into a city, like I meet you guys, like things
You're training
Yeah.
in more civilized settings of learning tactics,
Yep.
like using your action surge to finish off a foe before it gets a turn.
Oh man, now I
Good
gotta pick
tactic.
what martial archetype I want though. Oh man.
Yeah, totally arcane archer all the way, man.
Is
I
it
mean,
cool if
Battle
I, like,
Master is an easy choice.
So-
Like that's a solid pick. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, is it cool if I decide that for next session? Like I'll go ahead and level up and get my hit points.
Can I
That
make
might
a
be that
suggestion?
might be a good way to do it. Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion right now that might convince you? Otherwise,
Yeah.
Rune Knight. Thematically, it fits the campaign. You're part giant,
Nice.
and
It is a
Rune
cool
Knight
one.
is
Mhm.
Rune Knight is solid. I have played it
Mhm.
many times, and it's quickly becoming my favorite.
Rune Knight's pretty
Yeah,
cool too.
I almost
Yeah.
want to do like I'd have to talk to Esper about one of them that I was thinking of, but it wouldn't be. It'd be like a homebrew thing. Well, not a homebrew thing. It's the I think it's called the Echo Knight, which is pretty cool. It just doesn't fit Nokki, unfortunately. So.
Echo Knight's D&D. It's Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, is it
so you
official?
can
Oh,
totally-
okay, I didn't know. My bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was made by Matt Mercer or something.
But it's published under Wizards of the Coast.
I don't think
I
he
see,
even
I
wrote
see.
most of that book. I think it's mostly
Maybe.
a WotC publication.
So what exactly
Well,
does the Rune Knight do? It's like, well, I'll
So the
figure it
Rune
out for
Knight-
next session. But
So if you
Yeah,
here's
since
what
you're
you
not
would-
quite sure, why don't you save that for next session, and that way we can keep doing some dungeon exploring here.
yeah, I
now.
don't want to.
But go ahead and roll your
Your
your fighter hit die, and
yeah, let me
your
go ahead. And
proficiency
level-
bonus goes up to +4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I'll just have to remember that because since I'm using a digital thing, Yeah, I'll get it all situated, but I'll go ahead and do my hit points. Fighters is a D10, I think.
D10. Mhm.
All right. Roll 10.
There is an interesting interaction that we'll talk
That-
about
so
with
roll
Echo
them.
Knight.
Yeah. So I rolled a 3, which goes up to 5 because of your house rules,
Right.
and then I get +1, so I get 6 more hit points. So I go
Cool.
up to 73.
Nice. Yeah, and then you don't forget the proficiency bonus. However, you can figure that on your digital sheet.
Yep.
And then
I'll just.
for the final level, you could go fighter 4, get the ability score increase.
That's what. Yeah, that's what we were talking about while you were gone. Yeah, I think I'm probably
Solid,
just
man.
gonna go up to fourth fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is solid. So the long rest has been accomplished. You've all refreshed on spell slots. You all regain 5 hit dice, and you can also spend any of your hit dice if you so need.
Nokki starts talking in a more civilized British accent now that he is becoming more fighter and then barbarian.
So I gotta do some
Aygir got really
heals.
lucky in that he didn't get hit, and he also rolled really well, so he only had to spend 3 of his hit dice earlier. So this
I
is,
didn't get
this is a
hit
good deal.
either. Like that was another reason why I didn't do my my action surge. Actually, was I was expecting it to attack me since I did so much damage to it.
No, looking at it, I was trying to explain, but you were like, no, don't do it. It was going after the casters. It
Yeah.
focused on
Yep.
me. It totally ignored you.
Seemed quite
But-
drawn to the spell.
And
Yeah, I
it
thought
hit
it was-
inside
I thought it was
vapor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was going after like the damage because you happen to be doing a lot of damage too. But yeah,
It was soaking up our spell slots. That
No,
was
no,
its
you're
primary.
right, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and use good berries. Get me back up to that 30, and then I'll use as many hit dice as I can. Hopefully. Let's see. Second. Sure. confused. Okay, so I have that many. All
All
right.
right, is everyone all rested up?
Not quite. I have to just roll the dice. Is all. But I mean, I'm probably going to be fine. Yeah, I'm good to continue. Just need to
So what's the
determine how
plan
many
from
hit
here?
dice.
Further exploration in the room where the encounter just took place, or
Probably.
to a new
Yeah.
area?
Let's at least make sure we know the full size and scope of the ooze vat or whatever that was that came out of.
All right, so I'll place you all back in here, and then you can let me know if you have wishes otherwise. It's hard to see the full extent of the room. It's quite large, but judging by the acoustics of it, you think you're maybe at the midway point or 1/3 way point through. Certainly, this giant apparatus, and literally giant fashioned apparatus in the center, is its main feature and purpose. And now that things have settled down a bit, and Aygir, you know, maybe you walk around a little bit, kind of glancing at it from some different angles, it strikes you as a forge. A forge or some kind of smelting apparatus.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, so good. It didn't manufacture the ooze, so in theory there shouldn't be any more of them in there.
You can climb up
Probably
the
not.
steps and take a look if you are inclined.
Yeah, he will.
Okay.
Very
You
careful.
go and very carefully climb up the steps, and no horrific tendrils come out and splatter you in the face. And it is some sort of forge, and you've never seen its equal. Certainly what fire giants would use to make their massive plate armor and great swords, and who knows whatever other contraptions they would build here. It looks like this lever activates it. It's currently shut off. There is a pile of unrefined ore. You know, there are still other bits of minerals and rock and impurifications in there, and it's a mess. Like, it's just, there's bits strewn all over the place. This whole place is a mess.
There are enough leftover slag at the bottom of it that I can tell what they were working here, what they were making, what kind of like metal or alloy.
They were certainly working with steel.
Okay, so it's not like some magical super material.
So,
Not
if I
that not that
may,
you're noticing here.
this place is a mine. They got the ore.
Yeah.
They melted the ore to separate it
Yes.
into the stuff that they can process, and they probably use it to make those constructs. Because
Probably.
let's be honest, this is during the wartime. They were probably trying to, make weapons, constructs, anything that they could use to fight the elves who were, attacking them.
Exactly. The question is just why was it here in particular? And is the answer just as simple as, I guess, was this
Lava.
the iron ore source, or oh, that's true, it's the heat source. That's
Yep.
okay. They use that to power the forge.
Yeah, you're thinking this is actually like a magma forge,
Yep.
which, knowing fire
Hey,
giants,
he said the thing.
that's
It's the title
what
of
they
today's
do.
episode.
Nice. But
So
now we
this
gotta get to the
lever-
tunnels of old.
Oh,
Probably turns on the magma input.
exactly.
and-
Yeah, and it's
and
fire giant
starts heating.
sized, so
Yeah.
I don't think we need to mess with that.
I agree. I don't think that there's any value to messing with it at this time.
Right.
Let's continue. Like, there was that one weapon, though. Do you want to search it to see if the thing had the weapon inside it? So there's probably no other magic weapons inside there.
Yeah, probably just
But-
pick that up off somebody.
Yeah,
or
you're
something
probably right.
else in here.
Let's spend our time searching the area.
Yeah.
So why don't we go to the tunnel to the northeast.
Well, maybe let's first go just to the track there. Having
it's
an
just
idea
going
that
to
it
take
might
us right
connect.
back down to the bottom.
I know, just to make sure it connects and that there's nothing of note
Sure.
in between.
Aygir,
That I think is going to be easy. And,
you saved my life. You
safe.
can have this one. We'll check out the track.
Yes, yes.
Just because it's quick and
connects
it's
there.
safe, and we should, okay. So there we go. We learned
Yeah,
that.
you make sure
Now-
that it is that, and indeed.
And we
it
know
is.
I think
nothing's
the other
gonna
one-
come attack us from there.
Yeah, I think if we go to this tunnel, it's going to connect back to the big tunnel. But let's verify. Oh, looks like
Yes.
there's a room.
Yes.
Something else is
Excellent.
nice.
It does connect back to this main tunnel, and there is a fountain or font of some variety, a stone font.
Does it have
Filled with
liquid
water.
in it?
Yep, yep. Clear water, crystalline.
That sounds like something you should detect magic on.
It does. And yes.
Actually, can I detect magic? I have the ritual
Vapor
too.
can do it as well.
then-
But I can ritual it.
Oh,
So I go ahead
yeah.
and start ritualing
ritual.
detect magic.
While you're doing that, Vapor is going to take glass vial and get a little sample of the water,
Okay.
put the stopper in it, and just they have a sample.
Okay.
And,
You take a look at it. It just looks like clear water. No smell or anything. Do you taste it?
Not until we get a detect magic on it.
But
Yeah,
you're
I was
the
gonna
perfect party
say-
member to start drinking stuff. So.
Yes. While Vapor is notorious for
Oh.
taking unknown things down his throat willingly and unwillingly, this
that-
is one of
that's
those
worked out
ones
so
where
great for you
he
in the
just
past.
got hit by acid. He doesn't want to drink acid.
that was a
Because
day
acid
ago
doesn't
now.
always. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I believe there's some acids that don't have scents, any
Yeah.
acidic smells.
Why don't you just let me do the detect magic
Could
and
also
then
be
we'll decide.
concealed with some sort of illusion. Who knows?
Don't pay
The-
attention to Esper baiting you.
the detect magic ritual
Yes.
completes Walykos.
Yes.
There is indeed magic suffusing this font, and it is of a moderate strength and of a conjuration variety.
Could be. Is conjuration healing in the in this? I
Yes.
can't remember. Or is it evocation? I can never
Evocation
remember.
is healing. Yep, evocation is healing.
Yeah. I remember we had this conversation too. Conjuration, it could just be creating the water. Now, is the water magical itself, or is the fountain magical? If we take the water, separate it from the fountain, does it
we do
still
have a
detect
sample,
as
so
magical?
Vapor is holding it away,
Yeah.
moves away from the fountain with the sample.
That's the question.
That is a really good question. So mainly it's the font itself, but
Okay.
you know there is something
Trace
about
magic.
there is something about that water. Yeah, maybe would say it's a trace, and that does make you suspect that the magic is summoning this water here. You can also make an Arcana check.
I'll make one. Yeah.
Aygir, you probably want to do the same. I
Yeah,
imagine.
this out of character
Yeah.
does seem like maybe this is something they were using to quench recently forged pieces of hot metal, maybe?
16.
And just
Maybe.
having water on hand is always good.
Yeah.
What do you have, Walykos?
16.
16? Okay, Aygir?
Well, Aygir's
Roll
normally
that.
good at this stuff. He only got an 8 this time.
10 for Vapor.
Okay. So
I have a
Walykos
plus
is-
0 and I still rolled down.
Yeah, Walykos is the only one really worth mentioning.
Yeah.
You believe that this font is summoning in pure elemental water. This is coming straight from the plane of water, and you think
Makes
it's
sense.
just gonna daily refill itself.
Yeah.
Now I mentioned that the water itself, there is a kind of latent
Magic.
to it.
Yeah.
Not in the sense that like, oh, if you touch it, it just immediately has some effect on you. But it's more than just simple
Tap water.
standard water you'd find here on the material plane. And you notice Vapor is looking at it, and being a sorcerer, he probably feels a little something. And really, you think anyone who who was a spellcaster, could potentially spend some time focusing and concentrating here and maybe drawing some elemental power from this. You think it would probably be difficult for you and Aygir. It would be less difficult for Vapor.
I mean, sure, but I mean, I have some naturey magic, some divine magic. So let's. How long do I think? A short rest? Is that what it's going to take?
Yeah, an hour.
Yeah. I explained this all to everyone. Also, assuming we had the telepathic link back up, just because when we started our adventure for the day, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just spend a little time here. We could go the other direction, but nothing's attacked us. Nothing came to our camp. We might have defeated everything down here. I think this is worth investigating.
Even if
Possible.
even if nothing comes of it, the chance of us getting an extra boon against Vondor when we go face him is worth it.
I agree. I mean, we came down here looking for something that would help us, and this could be one of those things. So,
Plus, this room is
If you would like, I can attempt to try to pull and add this magic to myself.
sorry, Nokki, you're the one who's the odd man out here. So go play with your whip.
Actually,
Yes.
I took Eldritch Knight.
No,
Well,
I definitely did not take Ultra Snipe, but no, yeah, I'm just playing with my whip while you guys are like deciding over like what's. this
Oh, are you
magic
playing?
pool
Are
of
you playing
water
with the whip?
Just
Just
whipping it around. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Every now and then it might like.
You got
almost
practice
hit-
with it.
Yeah, almost hit one of the players. Like, oh, sorry, I'm just.
Just stand
used to it.
15. Stand at least 15 feet away.
But I need to practice, see if I can.
Vapor,
I can aim
So-
it properly.
Vapor magic's a light point on the wall, which casts enough on for them, but also gives a target for Nokki to hit.
Hey,
So he's a cat with a laser
That's-
pointer.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
All right. So Nokki,
That's
since you're experimenting, go ahead and make some attack rolls.
Oh.
Tell me what you get.
All right.
It's when the
let's,
whip reveals that it's like Bale Vonder's
I haven't set it up properly yet.
Oh
but
God,
yeah, let
not
me-
another.
I'll just use
No.
the normal one. Let's see. All
We
right.
already had. to
Well,
put one of
what's
them.
your strength? Is plus
Yeah.
8 or plus 4 maybe?
Plus 5. I have a 20. Yeah.
Plus
You
5.
merely
Okay.
adopted
So
the
you got a 5 strength, you got a 4 proficiency, and you got a plus 1
I
on the
was
magic.
going
So you got
to it.
plus 10 to hit.
Plus 10. All right.
Yeah.
Let me do that. Okay. That is. Oh. Wait. Is that a? Oh, I thought I rolled a nat 20 at first. No, I didn't. So the first was it's a 17 plus 10, so 27 on the first attack. Yeah. So pretty good.
Do you have that thing where you could just roll a whole bunch all at once? Like, could you roll 10?
Oh yeah. I
Do you
can
like
do
He
that,
wants to
Yeah.
know if
20?
you crit.
Last roll. How many do you want me to
Wonder
roll?
if it
How
has a
many
crit
d20s?
effect.
Go ahead and roll 10 d20s. Let's see.
10 d20. All right.
Yeah, maybe one of those was like an acid burst on a crit.
All right.
knows?
That's a lot of rolls. I got an 18,
Maybe a
a
nat
1,
one is something too.
an 11, a 4, a 7, a 6, a 17, a 2, a 19, and 2. I actually rolled pretty poorly on most.
And that one is what I was looking for.
I knew he was. I was like, it's either
when you,
one or 20.
when you get that nat 1, a bit spatters onto you, and you take 2d4 acid. You take 5 acid damage, Nokki.
Oh man. All
He
right,
takes
so
the
that
entire whip's damage of acid. That's crazy.
So I take 5 is put me at 6. All right. So I take
And
some acid
in
on my face.
Aygir's mind, you
Yeah.
mentally note, and maybe everyone hears on the telepathy, a flaw in this magic
A
item.
flaw.
You
on the
guys
weapon.
see Nokki after that kind of just like ugh, and then just kind of like look around to see if anyone noticed, and then just like put the whip onto his belt, and then just like walk over to you guys and be like, so what's going on with this pool?
We are studying the elemental magic.
Has
I'm
anyone
trying to
thought of
connect
drinking
with
it yet?
Vapor actually
Well,
pops
Esper-
the vial and
Okay, Vapor, you go ahead and drink it. It is
Yeah.
pure and clean and refreshing and definitely not acid.
yeah.
So your party decides to spend some time here concentrating and attempting to connect with this little conduit to the elemental plane of water. We think of this as like a minor location of wondrous power. So we'll just do this down the line. Walykos, it's your caster, so caster ability. So wisdom, make a wisdom check. You do have disadvantage.
Just wisdom, straight, nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
Wisdom check with disadvantage.
I'm trying to think if I have a way to give myself advantage on checks. Probably not, but don't forget that Adam, Vapor,
Just reckless attack. Reckless attack.
Yeah.
Reckless concentrate? What?
Yeah, recklessly concentrate.
that's actually pretty good. I got a 15 with disadvantage.
Nice, that's what you needed. All right, so Walykos has succeeded. Vapor, roll a charisma check. 1d20, no disadvantage.
Okay.
You do have inspiration if you want to use it.
I think I'm going to use my inspiration.
All
That
right.
seems important.
Yeah,
seems a
this
cool
seems
moment to
like
use it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because that's a 14 plus 4, 18.
You've got it as well. Aygir, if you are so inclined, make an intelligence check. And
Okay.
hold on 1 second. I need to figure out if you have disadvantage or not.
Sure.
I pull my Artificer spell list.
You
You
need to
do
see
not.
if you have.
You
I
do
don't. Well,
You
then
do not
I'm
have
also going to, because I had inspiration too from the previous time. I'm going to burn that.
Okay.
It's my little coin for tactile reminder of it. Put it back in my bag now. Have it with advantage.
Remove my inspiration.
That's very good because one of those is good, one of those is not. Total intelligence check. That is a 19.
That'll get it. You all have succeeded and have tapped into the element of water. Each of you learns the cantrip Water Lash. It is from the Emporium. It is a water cantrip. It has a 30-foot range, and you strike out with this lash of water, make a melee spell attack, and when it hits, it'll deal, at this level, 2d6 bludgeoning damage. If the creature's large or smaller, you can push it up to 10 feet away from you.
But what if we all three form a triangle and all use it and go like, hoo-yah! When
At
it
the
hits?
exact same time, and you all three
Yes.
hit, well, it would probably take additional damage, I would say. Just gets
So-
smashed.
Esper, hang on a sec. You said it pushes the thing 10 feet?
Yeah, it's
So
in the
it's-
Emporium if you
it-
want to take a look.
Well, no, I want to just say it's basically Thorn Whip, but it pushes instead of pulls.
Yep, that'd be similar to Thorn Whip.
It can
And
affect
bludgeoning
any
instead
creature
of
or
whatever
larger
Thorn Whip deals. Thorn's like maybe
piercing.
Yeah.
It is, yep. And it pulls a creature 10 feet closer to you.
And it's pushing it 10 feet.
Yeah, push.
Is the range 30 feet?
Mhm.
That's exactly the same. Cool. No, that actually is really good because I have Thorn Whip. This will now let me whip. You know, if I have the spike growth out, I can just push things back.
Oh, dude.
Which
your
direction you
spike
need them
growth-
to go. Yeah.
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 It's like, no. You need to be a little more. No, this way now.
No, I've never
This-
been able to actually do that because Esper has never let my spike growth work. But you know,
Now you
it's
do.
been great.
I've seen spike growth work really good many times, including a recent group that I DM'd for, and the druid was using Thorn Whip with the spike growth. It was nice. I think a lot of times when you've used it, Walykos, you guys were kind of already defeating the monsters. It wasn't
Perhaps.
like one big strong guy that stayed around for a long time or a bunch of enemy. Anyways, so each of you learns Water Lash.
Cool.
And Nokki
Yeah.
learns Lash myself.
Acid lash. Acid.
It was super
And otherwise,
ineffective.
it's a source of water for drinking or
Does
whatever
that
other
al-
purposes.
How long does that last? Do we know that's forever, or do we just
Yes,
assume it'll
you have
fade?
learned that cantrip.
Thank you. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Then, yeah, toast all of us. Good job with the water lash. Because I imagine we were like testing the water lash out. We're like, all right, toast the water.
All right, Nokki, stand right here. Form the triangle.
We're all just whipping Nokki.
Vapor is
No.
actually going to do one more thing
Because
with
it's
the,
because
the
he's
water.
half giant, isn't it?
Sure.
So I get it.
He's
Had to make it about.
he's
that.
gonna fill a number of vials with it, because he's also thinking perhaps you could get different effects with potions with
Okay.
this water.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it'll keep refilling daily, so you can come back here.
Oh yeah, well, but
presume.
that's the thing. Is he wants to
eh.
experiment with seeing if potions will have a different, slightly different effect.
Could I ask a quick
Sure.
question as well, Esper?
Mm-hmm.
Is this whip? Is it considered a melee weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I was checking because of my fighting style dueling. I get +2 bonus to damage with it. So.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Look.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at whips. Basically, any whip from
Yeah.
D&D.
Yeah. I've just been I've been adding in the version
Alright.
that I have.
To the west. We got a little time left. Let's keep moving. We'll go to the west tunnel.
Okay. I'll
Yep.
do
Yep.
some revealing over
Just
here.
never ever go west when you know you should be heading south.
Well, there is a south area, but I think we're gonna.
It also
yeah,
is
we're
just
gonna
a
connect.
rail. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, what lies further to the? Oh, it's a room. Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Well, what if we search around in this room over to the west? What's to be
Okay.
found there?
So you
Give him a sec.
you know your searching will end up answering a number of your curiosities. The room up here has additional bits of unrefined ore. There is an old mine cart and like a mine track switch and some busted up containers. Clearly it's been ransacked and picked through by someone, maybe the Dross guards.
Yep.
The tracks go down southward, and it seems that they are going to lead on for a ways.
Okay. I think let's search this room, give it a thorough search with tech magic, and see if anything's hidden here. You never know.
The detect magic does
And-
not pick up anything.
I thought it wouldn't, but had to check.
Good
So
to
we'll
know.
search. Maybe there's some precious metals hidden in the ore. You never know.
What does that lever seem to do? If I look closely at it.
It's a mine cart lever. It'll make the cart move on the track.
It does seem to be connected to the track. It's not immediately obvious what exactly it does. Are you interested to take a look at it?
Yeah, maybe just to see if it's not. Just
You
to
can do
make
it
sure
during
it's
the-
like what we think it does, or make sure it's not some secret.
There
not
there
obvious
is
function.
there is script on it, writing like in the giant script.
Perfect. I speak that.
One says to the effect like, track north sector, track south sector. So you're thinking it's just a switch for the minecart track.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. So our searches find nothing here. Do you want to roll, Esper, or?
Go ahead and roll.
Roll what?
Your choice. You could do perception or investigation.
31 perception.
Jesus, Murphy. All right. I'll do an investigation, but I don't think it'll be that good. Yeah, no. I actually rolled pretty bad. I only end up with a. Well, it's still a 17 because it's plus 8, but it could have been a lot better.
Still a 17.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Nick says no.
No.
Vapor says no.
I'm not
Okay.
very good at investigation, so.
So we got that 31 and the 17, Esper.
31 is so good. Maybe you have found something that just nobody else uncovered after all this time. I'll give you a random roll. Do a D100, Walykos.
Do love making D100 rolls. They feel good. That is an 11. So probably something really minor.
It is pretty minor.
Yep.
Is it an illusion?
Find. It's a minor illusion. It's an illusory guy mining
Okay, with a
away.
minor. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say the pun if no one makes it. Yeah.
Discarded and somehow lost through all this time is a sand glass, an hourglass.
Sure. I'll pocket that. I mean, could be useful
Maybe
some
so.
conceivable way.
It's almost like a pocket watch now. It's in your pocket. It tells time.
Mhm.
Pocket.
But how do you watch it if it's in your pocket?
Oh, true. That's true. That's true.
So, is everyone good with this room? I think
Yeah.
we should probably head south, down along the track. Now,
You all-
just curious,
Yeah.
this track, could we get in a cart and ride the cart? Would that be faster? My biggest
There-
concern
there
is
is-
what if
There is one cart there, but it's been scrapped, so it's not currently
Okay.
functioning. Someone's like taken metal bits and fastenings off of it.
Alright.
Yeah. Could you make a cart that we could ride in?
Can I make one of these?
I don't think it's
made
worth
for
it.
giants and would take a long
Yeah.
time. I don't think it's very worth it.
Yeah.
He could easily
My-
make one. The question more is, do you want to spend the time making one right now?
That would take like
Alright.
days.
Guys, just important, if a cart comes barreling at us down this track, because there's no place to dodge. We're literally in a tunnel with a track. So if someone sends one at us, like they might, if I was, that evil thinker
Right.
that would do that. What do we have to block it? I have a web spell that might
Dimension
work.
door.
Dimension door is good.
I have a whip.
That's helpful. Alright. I can climb the wall a bit and maybe get above it. So, like, I could throw a web and climb, but I just want you guys to think of that. Because
Yeah.
look at this tunnel that we're about to enter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
if there was-
I do actually have a question.
Yeah.
With this, so the ceiling of this tunnel is it like how much higher is it than the cart? So like because I'm thinking of just climbing on the top of the ceiling because then I wouldn't have to worry about getting hit by the cart.
It's up a good distance. Yeah, maybe.
So like if I was on top of the
17
ceiling, like
feet.
a cart coming through would not hit me, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I'll climb on top of the ceiling.
All right.
So
you're
Aygir does have an infusion
climbing along.
that's a Aygir does have an infusion that's a repulsion shield, which like if an attack hits him,
It
he can
bounces.
spend one of its charges to move it
This-
back 15 feet.
This
I don't
would be
know if
more
that-
of a trample. It would basically
right. I
overrun
wouldn't think
you.
that would work, but just if there
Yeah.
were some way that like flavor-wise it could. But,
Not that's going to happen necessarily, but I want us to be prepared
Right.
because
right.
You
I
know,
could
These are
definitely
these are
see
all
Esper
really
doing this.
these are
Yeah.
good things to
Yeah.
think about, but I will save us
Yeah.
a bit of time because nothing comes barreling at you along the track.
cool. Let's move.
I know.
Let's move down
I've
there.
done a dungeon that had a minecart like chase and monster encounters, and it was really cool. But alas, that is not what's happening here. This is quite an
Move
old,
us forward.
decrepit,
Yeah.
ruined, and very picked over and scavenged place. And
Move us south.
I'm actually going to switch off of this map because we are no longer in need of it.
Okay. Is there anything
You
that
all
you can tell us that
travel
we find?
for a time down this tunnel, and it ends up leading to numerous other tunnels. One will branch off one way, one will then later branch off another way, and you come upon this old mining operation that obviously has long since been defunct. And you even come upon giant underground chambers. So not just mines, but also, posts and scrap yards and maybe like a little barrack quarters area. You find like an old scrap scavenged pile that doesn't really seem to have anything of note in it anymore. And eventually you start hearing noises of every once in a while a voice, every once in a while some movement. It doesn't sound like a large amount of activity, just very sparse activity. Now, I don't know if you all are are doing what you normally do, but let's say Walykos is probably scouting ahead and trying to remain hidden. And
I will
the other
stay
three.
on top. I'll stay on top of the ceiling.
Okay, you continue climbing along, and Vapor and Aygir, walking and doing what you can do to not make a lot of noise, draw attention to yourself.
Which Aygir is reasonably stealthy because he is in infiltrator mode of his.
Through the telepathic bond, I say this just to Vapor and Aygir. Anyone else creeped out by Nokki just crawling on the ceiling unnecessarily?
It is completely.
Nokki is excluded from that.
Yeah,
Well,
and Vapor sits back.
People, enemies tend to not look up, so it'll be good.
I know, but that just makes you the horror movie monster.
I know.
You know, I don't know.
Vapor looks up at Nokki and then looks back down and just like shakes his head, and Walykos and Aygir would feel. I get the mental shake of the head, like completely agreeing with Walykos's words. It's like, this is just ridiculous.
I don't know him that well yet. He could be part spider.
I mean, he grows
you
claws.
you all hear Nokki humming in his head like a Spada Nokki. He's just.
Sorry, Esper. You were saying?
Walykos, you are the first to spot more of these Dross guards. We'll go ahead and keep calling them that, so we're clear with what we're talking about.
What were
they
they
are
called?
in
Sorry.
a pretty large area. You imagine giants could have walked around in this chamber. It's not masonry walls. There are some stone supports here and there, but the walls are overall crude rock, earth walls. There are at least 3 shadowy tunnels coming off of this chamber. Their activity is very sparse. They're not actively moving about or working. You see like one of them doing some amount of work. He seems to be repairing something. Their condition is not good. It is a worse condition than the ones you fought with. Further oxidization. Some of them are even missing bits of their plating. They have their eye lenses lit up, and they're like projecting out these lights everywhere that they look. And from time to time, they'll comment to one another.
I can understand.
Another rust spot. I need a good oiling, or I won't be able to move soon. They comment to
I
one
like to-
another.
Yeah, I communicate everything I'm seeing to everyone and ask them to wait. I want to observe these for a bit. I think that they're basically just,
There aren't a
talking
lot
to
of
each
them.
other.
You're seeing like
Yeah.
7 of them.
7 of them.
Is
Okay.
it more human in here or something, or are they just neglected?
I mean, they've been down here for 100 years, at least. Like, it's been a long time. And no one's been repairing them except themselves, probably.
Mhm.
So,
To answer your question, though, there is some humidity and moisture underground. It's not surprising. I wouldn't describe it as extremely humid, though. But there definitely is some.
all right. I asked the group telepathically.
Warm air too.
Talking to them didn't work last time. Do we just want to ambush them, or... I mean, they are intelligent, but I don't know that talking to them is going to work. These ones are weak enough. They might just...
Yeah, most of them are
surrender.
just resting. Like they're just in these repose states.
Do I...
Like they're trying to conserve themselves.
Perhaps I could pretend to be some sort of giant or something like that.
Overseer.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I think I could deceive them.
Can you
feel, Walykos, you feel that if you were so inclined, your party would easily dispatch them. Their condition is so degraded.
Let's move up together and be ready to attack them if they flee, but I'm going to try to convince them to surrender and not fight us. So I think you guys should move to my position where I'm scouting, and I'll wait till you guys get here.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll get off the top of the ceiling, and I'm gonna like stand next to Walykos so that when he does, because he's got a better charisma than me, but like I can stand there so he could potentially, if he wanted to, use me as like.
I mean, no, not yet. I don't have the better charisma till something changes.
You definitely have a
so-
better charisma than me, though.
I don't know why I do.
I have a 9.
I also have a 9.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
You both have better charisma than Aygir does.
Yep. In any
Paper,
case-
you talk to them.
Walykos had a transformation where he went from being very charismatic to very wise. And maybe that wisdom will translate back to charisma at some point, but we'll see. Anywho, yeah, so the problem is our charismatic person doesn't speak giant.
I speak giant.
Yeah, but Vapor, Aygir, like everyone except Vapor speaks giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, Nuke, I'm gonna try and convince them then.
I don't know about that, Nokki, but alright, you know what?
Don't
Go
worry,
for
if it doesn't work, I can take them.
Alright,
I gotta
don't
do
fuck it up.
one. It's okay.
So, yeah. What do you do, Nokki?
Oh, are we there? Are we going in there now? Are we?
Noki, you're
or-
approaching.
Yeah, I'll approach into the room. Do we have like a map
You
for
step
this, or is
forward
this just all
and
theater of the mind?
their heads swivel and lights cast upon you. What do you do?
I look at them and say, hello there. I am the overseer. I've been told to come here by Belvondor.
Yeah, they get up, reacting in a quite surprised way. Their movements are awkward.
I'll say in giant,
Overseer of who? They back up a step.
don't run or we'll cut you down, I say from the shadows.
Yep.
The Dross guards
don't-
throw looks to one another and then back to you.
Yep.
They display. Yeah, you can't see all
Yep.
my body, but right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got you, we got
they're
you.
They're just inching backwards.
No need to fear if you do not attack and if you listen to us.
Okay.
Who are you all? Beings of whatever day this is.
Let me think. I'll say, we are not here to hurt. We are simply explorers.
No, I step forward. I'm sorry. We're here because Belvondor wants to retake the city. Who are you all, and how can you be of use to us?
We are remnants of the Dross gods.
Mhm.
Once guardians of this place and attended the giants at their Magma forge. Those were days of glory. Now, I do not know what we are doing. Why we are still trapped here. We were made for much more than scavenging this forsaken place.
You are all quite advanced. You can think and you can clearly, reason. Why serve the giants? They abandoned you. There's nothing here left. Are there any giants here right now?
There have not been giants here in a long time.
Indeed.
But they
And
are
I
our
can see-
masters.
Yes, but are you able to choose any other path, or are you forced to serve them as a construct a golem would be?
Are you taking us captive? You have us at a disadvantage.
We might, but I'm curious if you serve the giants because you wish to, or because there's only service to the giants that you can contemplate.
The Dross guards, again, throw each other looks, and if you can imagine, they don't, they don't have, like, facial muscles. They don't make expressions.
Yeah.
They're just these rusty mask helm-looking faces, and they look to one
I've seen
another,
them.
and they look back to you. You pose questions that elves will pose. We do not share this philosophy.
All right. Well, then here's my proposal. You can continue to exist. We may even be able to prolong your existence if that is of interest to you. But you are going to tell us everything that you know of down here, anything of value, and we might be able to repair you in such a way that you can live here and continue your service so long as it does not interfere with our travel.
Aygir, who actually, I forgot, he does not speak Giant. He speaks Goblin and Sylvan. Does step forward a little bit, though, when he hears the word repair, because that's one of the few that he learned.
Yeah, I was thinking back, like, I thought you had trouble communicating with the aeroskiff pilot.
That's exactly what I was wondering.
No, exactly. He speaks Goblin and Sylvan. He talked to the Fearful, not to Giant.
We had someone translating for him.
But he definitely understands the word for repair, so he sort of
Well,
steps forward
I
a little
can
when he hears that.
telepathically... I can say the words telepathically as I say them out loud in your language. It's kind of like thinking in your native language, Elvish, while speaking the giant tongue. That's kind of what I'm doing. So, anyways,
I do miss the days of feeling the heat of the forge under my fingers. And there are times that I think I hear the echoes of giants' voices in these tunnels. But I think it is but memories and not reality.
even people sometimes have similar things, thoughts. They remember the times, and they could almost feel them again. I am offering you an opportunity here to exist, and to continue to exist in a better state than you are. Do you accept this opportunity, or do you cast it aside? That is a binary option, a choice that you make.
We will not willingly trust an elf, but we have no fight left in us.
Then I offer you this deal. Tell us everything that you know of this place, what is down here, anything of value that we might make use of when we return above. In exchange for that, my companion here, who is knowledgeable in giant artifice, will look at you, see if he can make repairs to prolong you, and then we will leave you here when we go to continue your existence as you choose. So long as you do not fight us
We have
or
been
oppose
attempting
us.
to reach the surface for a time, but our efforts have slowed and slowed to nearly a crawl.
You don't have an elevator key then. An
do
elevator
not.
rune. We could take you up to the surface. Yeah.
We have
Aygir
attempted
says
to
in
tunnel for
maybe
some
Goblin,
time,
we have a
but have
hexapide.
nearly worn ourselves down to nothing.
Well, all I can say is we can offer you freedom, we can offer you life. However, if we take you up above, you know you cannot serve the giants any further. The only way to continue your existence is to make peace with the elves. The elves will not...
We cannot fight against our masters, but if you will let us be free, we will not strike at the elves.
I believe that is acceptable, and we can let you exist in a place where the elves either don't know that you are still here, or you can choose to reveal yourself. I think that is possible.
But
Currently,
in
our-
exchange for this liberty, you want us to reveal to you knowledge that will help
Knowledge.
you fight against the giants.
Not necessarily fight against them, just tell us about this facility and anything down here that is either of importance, or if there's nothing left down here of importance, we can finally leave this facility behind.
You will find
We're-
this leads to many ends. This was the extent of the lower reaches of Eoberg.
Tell us, are there any
Much
places down
these
here?
mine shafts will either loop back or reach dead ends. And if you continue this main tunnel here, you will come to our tunneling site where we attempted to reach the surface.
How many of you are left?
There are 11 now.
Not many. Yeah, I'm willing to allow 11 of you to create yourselves a home closer to the surface. Perhaps not revealing yourself, but we can negotiate that. If you do not help the giants but do not harm the elves, we can come to an accord.
I can think of one elf who could benefit from having a whole workforce of 11 people in his tower to help him with stuff.
Well, I don't know if they're necessarily going to be that amenable.
Right.
Well,
right.
let's build
Well,
trust
Yeah,
first before we ask them favors more than what I'm asking. All right, so you've given us the knowledge that these are loopbacks. We're pretty much at the end of a dig tunnel that's headed for the surface. And there are no other laboratories down here, no other places where the giants stored anything down here.
We have picked through these storerooms, repairing ourselves time and again.
Mm-hmm.
There are no more valuables that you would prize. The forge has not been fired in some time either.
Mm-hmm. And you were able to work the forge? You were able to craft things out of the forge? Or was that
We
only the
did
giants?
not do the crafting. We were the assistants.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm satisfied if you guys are. There's 11 of them. There's 7 here. That means that there's 4 of them working down the main tunnel. Are
How
you-
many of them did we kill?
3, 4?
I'm wondering if we killed the lot.
Oh. Oh, okay. So that's the main tunnel. Are they talking the main tunnel the way we came?
Mm-mm. No. If you go
Okay.
farther in,
Yeah.
apparently they have this upward tunnel they've been trying to get to the surface for a long time, but it's a lot
Real
to dig
slow.
through. Their tools are limited. They might have struck upon a magma vein and had to redo, and they're
Yeah,
wearing
it's-
down.
Yep. Makes
The
sense.
main issue really is that they're wearing down. The more they work, the more they just degrade because it's such.
There's
hard
no
work.
maintenance. Yeah.
They don't. Yeah, they
Yes.
don't have fresh supplies coming in.
Aygir,
And things that they
10
scrap. You know the
Yeah.
metal down here is losing quality.
Aygir, see if you can tend to them, stabilize them more, or repair the worst bits of them. I say in Elvish, and then back in Giant, I say, as agreed, my Artificer here, the Hobgoblin, he will look you over and try to repair you without doing any more damage. He has magic that might mend you. He has Artificer ways that might unrust and make you clean again. So, allow him to do his work, and then we will discuss the return to the surface.
A
You know why we
strange
have so much oil?
meeting this, and I must know, what is the surface world like now?
The elves inhabit the giant city of Eoberg. It is now called Barnacle. They live in the city with non-elves. There are no more giants that live on the island. The giants, they wish to take back the city, but it is not something that has been done.
What of Baal Eldur?
I know for a fact that that's one of the ones who died, right?
Yes. Bondor,
He was
Eldur, and Endikar are all dead. Or Andikar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all dead.
He died 80, 90, 100 years ago in the siege of Eoberg.
Or sorry, Bondor is not. He's the one of those three that's not.
Mm-hmm.
Eldur and Andikar died in the fighting, and Vondor did not.
Vondor did not. However, he has done things that will make him very soon fall to ruin. His time is coming. He will die soon.
You are confident of this?
Yes.
He is a very cunning and intelligent giant. His demise.
What do you know
would
of
be
him?
A surprise.
Yeah. Please tell me everything that you know or remember of him. I've met him too, so yeah.
He wielded giant magic in the ancient ways.
Yep.
None could resist him.
I recall that he definitely had powerful rune magic and things, the giant magics. But he is not infallible. He has made many mistakes. These mistakes have cost his people dearly. All that's left is for him to fall as well. The last Baal of Haven Isle.
Your words do not bring us comfort, but the talk of freedom at the surface is a great, great opportunity.
As I said,
Another
so
one of
as
the
you-
Drossguards says,
Yeah.
I can only expect this is elven trickery, but we have no choice.
Yeah, we're kind of at the end of the session, so maybe next time we'll pick up.
I think this would be a good place to pause then.
Yeah.
So you all can make some final detailed decisions about what exactly to do with these Drossguards. They, just looking at them, they would need massive repairs in order to have a shot. Nokki
that's
will
the
need to make a
project.
selection on fighter archetype, perhaps Rune Knight. That could be a good choice.
I think Rune Knight's possibly the best choice, but you could also do Echo Knight. It is good, but I don't think it's quite as good as and
Yeah,
thematically
yeah,
Rune Knight is better.
Yeah, I'm
The giant
debating.
theme, yeah.
I think I'm debating between what is it? The Battle Master, the one with like the maneuvers.
Yeah,
I'm debating
Battle
between the
Master's
maneuver
solid.
one, the
Yeah.
Echo Knight, or the Rune Knight. I think are the ones I'm debating between. So those three.
I
So
don't
probably
know a
one
lot
of
Battle-
about Echo Knight, but it definitely seems
My-
like something that you would need to
Here's
maybe develop a bit more story-wise to explain why
Yeah,
suddenly
it's
you
a
do
little
that.
bit weird. Yeah. My friend in my D&D campaign, he plays an Echo Knight. It's pretty cool, but yeah, I don't know if it fits Nokki very well. Like
It's pretty
for-
magical.
And
thematically. Yeah.
I'll be honest, you're only going to have like a level or two to use its abilities. It becomes more powerful later on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Rune Knight,
Yeah, the
you
general
get the stuff
campaign plan
immediately.
is to now go to the
Battle.
west coast to this
Yep.
dragon's cave, and then to go
Yep.
to Baal Vonder's
Yeah.
lair.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
why I'm planning. I'm probably gonna go with Battle Master or Rune Knight, one of those two.
Battle Master is
Both are
definitely a
solid
way that you could
choices.
go.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
once you
gonna-
have the maneuvers, you're set. Like they
So
don't.
yeah, throughout the 2 weeks, I'll probably just be like looking over those subclasses and seeing which one works best.
Well, here's hopefully that we play in 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
Our luck.
Well, I mean,
that's
calendar-wise,
April
it
2nd.
looks good for me.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
so I'll end the stream here, and then we'll do a little post-game chat. Good gaming, guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you
And
for running,
thanks,
Esper.
My pleasure. Thanks, everybody who followed along or who's catching up later on. And look forward to the next episode of MIRRORMOURN.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Take care until next time. May your adventures be many.